It is a civilizational crisis. I've said this before. We are at a place, and you can see it from a mile away, we are at a place where great civilizations start to go and new civilizational models begin to gain steam, and there's a place where those two cross paths, and they simply cannot coexist. We are there right now.
So shout out to Paleocrat.
Oh yeah, follow Paleocrat. He's all over this.
The woman explained how her boyfriend told her that his high-fiber diet means that wiping is completely unnecessary. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing stars. They're worse than the people on the corner talking about the rapture's about to happen. It's an apocalyptic death cult. It's so demonic. I'm starting to think there's some kind of a conspiracy going on around here. Yeah, we are the Wolfpack, by the way, guys. I forgot to say that. Ow! It's good to see you. It's good to see you. You guys always get me riled up, wild and zany. It's so eminent. Everything is eminent right now. 12 years, 8 years, we're all doomed. But the great animal uprising of 2020 is happening all around. They're even starting to talk, dude. I've seen movies. They're just at this point pulling diamonds out of their rear end, which would be a fascinating ability, by the way. I heard it's all about the pressure. It's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna push, and we're gonna push hard, because that is what is always done. That is what America does, which is why you can see all that destruction. And what happens, by the way? Cities get burned, windows get smashed, people get pulled out of their cars, individuals have been shot, individuals have been beat bloody on the streets, and then what ends up happening? White supremacy is the big problem in America. What? No! No, no, no! It's over, man. It is over, son. I think they're lying to us. And you know how we know this? Because they buy into everything. They spread fake news like crazy. Is this real, guys? 50-50. There are people out there that have physiques like that. You see them oftentimes in parking garages like valet drivers and stuff. If you want to be an ignoramus and try to do the fisticuffs, hit the road, Jack and Jacqueline and Karen. Oh, you're not based, dude. You're based in Pato land, as in like located. Let's look him up on Google real quick. Oh, he's on 666 Pato Street. We're just gonna have fun. There's no serious stuff going on here. Oh, they're mukbang spiders. Why? Oh, holy crap. No. No, no, no. Do not flaunt that. That is not something to be proud of. There's been a big price tag for the sins that we've committed as a nation. And we've committed some of the most grotesque sins in the history of the world. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's this dude. He's kind of a beta cock, Play-Doh rolling, bubble blowing kind of guy. He says, you better take off that effing shirt, because it offends women. What an ignorant way of looking at the world. You're going to be tossed to and fro by every whim and fancy of a culture that hates you. This dude thinks it's offensive to women that I don't walk around with my shirt off. It's easy to say how great we are, and I believe that we're truly great. On the other hand, we got Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. They have no connection with the past, other than to simply remind the past always how much they hate it, and to dance on the graves of the democracy of dead. The rabbits are now dressing up as Nicolas Cage. Plastic surgery, I bet, probably from that stinking cat. And you're like, you don't do plastic surgery. And he says, look at the plastic surgery I did for the rabbit. We need to repent. We need to take a knee for Jesus. Paleocrat's using that argument again. Come on, son. That's good, wholesome American stuff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome, what for? Train on the trees, please walk my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands, and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no channel for champions and chain no fear. Yeah, the champions, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, December 29th. What an awesome day to be alive. Tuesday. It's another Tuesday, guys. It's another Tuesday, and it's December 29th. We are coming up at the end of 2020. What a year, right? What a year it has been. And in fact, we're going to have to do like a New Year's Eve unlisted special. That's just going to have to happen. You know, I've thought about it, and I said, you know, we did one for All Hallows Eve. Okay, we did one for our Halloween Spooktacular. We did one for Thanksgiving. We did not do one for Christmas. I was thinking about it. But I said, you know, Christmas Eve, you want to just do your thing, man. And a lot of people do it at night anyway. You know, they gather around, they hang out together, share some gifts sometimes, maybe the family. We did that growing up. And so I didn't want to do an unlisted video. So I did kind of a version of an unlisted video earlier on. I did it at regular time. But I think that I'm going to do it this year. I think I'm going to do it for kind of a year in review, looking back, looking forward, saying, hey, you know, what have we been through? We've been through some stuff. It's kind of weird to think that it's only been, you know, three odd months or so. We're not even to 4 months. We're not even to 4 months. And so I'm really excited to be doing this. Our first ever unlisted video for New Year's Eve for Paleocrat Diaries right here on Holy Faith Media. I'm your host, of course, Jeremiah Bannister. And boy, oh boy, do we have a really, really cool show for you. And you know what? I actually, I did something because I anticipated that I'm going to be talking about stuff that's going to make me angry. It happens, right? I get mad every once in a while, not all the time, but sometimes I get a little bit grumpy. And so I figured if I'm going to talk about topics that are going to drive me nuts, then I got to have some kind of a release, you know? There's got to be a way to vent. There's got to be a way, not just to vent, but to cool down. And so I put together some really great little clips, and they're like a minute and a half long or whatever. And throughout the show, if I get too riled up, if I get too angry, I've been told, you get really mad, Jeremiah. You start growling at the camera and everything, pointing your finger a lot and wagging your finger. And so you got to cool your jets, bro. You got to cool your jets, you know? And I said, okay. I said, well, we're going to do this. We're going to figure out exactly how to do it. So I've got a bunch of those. Those are going to be a whole bunch of fun. You're not going to want to go anywhere. We're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about, of course, hilarious news. The first hour, just to warn you, the first hour is going to be a bunch of fun. I don't think I'm going to get mad in the first hour. You're like, well, I'm only tuning in to see you get really ticked off. Well, okay. Well, you might have to wait like an hour for that, because before that, it's going to be a bunch of fun. We're going to talk about a bunch of really, really cool and fun and amazing topics, in fact. But then later on, we're going to talk about in fact, it was inspired by a video. What's the guy's name? Awaken with JP. Do you know who I'm talking about? The guy with the long hair. He's got a hilarious shtick, man. The guy is really cool. One of those YouTubers, man, I'd really like to meet, you know. I've liked him for a long time, for many, many years. Like this stuff. You know, I see it every once in a while, but he did a really good one about Instagram's new terms of services and saying, oh yeah, they're not sketchy at all. Yeah, they are. They're very sketchy. Not only about that, but also about Facebook and the International Monetary Fund thinking it might be a really good idea if the social media giants start, you know, pulling the information and sharing it with them so that the banks and everything can know a little bit more about your search history. And we're thinking, we all knew this was coming, right? We all knew it was. It's, you know, it's that social credit score, right? It's some communist crap. We're going to talk about that. And so it's going to be pretty crazy. In fact, a Gizmodo article. I was going to talk about a little bit, and I decided, you know, I'm not going to do it. Instead, I'm going to encourage you to go check it out if it's your thing. Regalism and Catholic Monarchy with Dr. John Rao. That was over at Reason and Theology. And if you're not subscribed over there, you got to check him out. It's always fun. I kind of hover in there every once in a while and join the comment section and stuff. And so I don't do that very often. I don't go into comment sections hardly ever. I really don't do anything online. Once I'm done with the show, man, I am out. I'm like, I ain't playing around, man. I don't want to do this. I want my life to be a little bit more fulfilled than that. But you know, part of having a fulfilled life is knowing other people, networking with other people, and engaging in the work that they do. And so sometimes, every once in a while, you might see me in the comment thread, but I watched it last night, and it was an excellent, excellent discussion. Yesterday, we're also going to talk about the Nashville bombing, because a lot of this stuff is starting to not make much sense. So maybe it was that way from the very, very, very beginning, not making a lot of sense. Somebody brought it up yesterday. I said, if you send me some links, you send me some stuff about it, I'll talk about it. But I'm uncomfortable talking about this sort of thing, you know, right out of the gate. I know that it's a tendency for people where it's like, oh, you better, you know, you're journalistic. You went to journalism school. You have your degree in that. You know, don't you want to be first to the story? And I'm like, no, I want to be first to the true story. I would like to be, and not even first. I don't even care about that. I care about getting to the truth of a matter. And rarely ever is that going to happen in this modern cycle of 24-hour news. Rarely ever is this going to happen when you're the first person to say anything about it. So I'm like, look, I will let them fall under the bus. It's good. It's good for the money. It's good for the views. If you put it out there real fast, oh, I'm the first to this story. And you're like, okay, well, what's the story about? Well, I really don't know. It's developing. Okay, well, great. That's good for you. But not for this show. So we're going to talk about that. And of course, oh yeah, oops, I better remove some of these things. We're going to talk about kids in the bubble, right? Kids, what is the future going to be like for humanity when the children, the young ones who are growing up in this crazy bubble with this extremely traumatic experience that's affecting everything around them? You know, we have a little bit of that, a little bit of insight with that when it comes to what life was like, for boomers, people who were down underneath their desks hiding from a nuclear attack, which is maybe the dumbest thing in the universe. Well, let's go out to the hallway. A nuclear bomb just went off up the road. I hear you. I get what you're doing. At the same time, it's very traumatic. And so what's that going to be like? We're also going to talk about the idea that we've been advocating here, that we don't trust in chariots and horsemen anymore. We're done with it. Nobody should have done it in the first place. Nobody should have done it in the first place. The idea that you trust the politicians, that you trust all the leaders, that they're going to be the ones that are going to navigate, through this all. They're going to supply for us. No. We need to think of creative ways that we as individuals, everyday folks, Johnny Q and Sally Sue in flyover country, that we can come together and we can use our gifts and talents and our funds to help those around us and to work together with other people of like mind and like heart, and even charitably toward those who may not. Okay, I'm not going to talk about this, but keep in prayer a certain lady. I don't have her name on hand, but keep in prayer. There's a lady who was she went viral, right? She's infamous in that way, notorious, right? A bad thing. Where she tweeted something about how men will never know the joys and the physical pleasure you get from having an abortion. That lady was in a really serious accident, and she had brain surgery. It's extremely bad. The scar is massive. There's going to be a lot of changes in her life, and that's going to happen. Just pray for her. Pray on multiple levels, okay? Because it would be easy. I've seen some people share things where it's like, you get what you got, woman, kind of thing. And you're not God. You don't know how this works. And so, I don't like that vindictive thing. And I say there's a better way. There's a better way. And maybe now more than ever. In fact, now more than ever, she actually needs your prayers and, for her salvation. And that she can, in fact, become a witness to many of the things that she was against before. And that she could be a good example, because she's been a really bad one, but she's also somebody right now who is in extremely, extremely bad shape. And then we're also, of course, going to talk about no space for white people. Over at Denver City Council voted to rename Columbus Park as La Raza Park, which, by the way, is just wildly racist. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. And we're going to talk about that. And then I want to touch on some stuff, actually, with I got Marcus Aurelius. I got his meditations. And, you know, as with any book and any selection of meditation, some are good, some are bad. Not bad, but they're just like, well, you know, whatever. But there was something last night. There was a couple last night that I read that I was like, man, I'm like, that's really, really up the alley of what we've been talking about. And it kind of goes into the theme that we were saying yesterday, that sometimes we have this idea that the ancients were much different than ourselves. And we're very wrong about that. Okay. The circumstances and the techniques and different things, you may have differences in that way. But the internal struggle, the things that people think about, the things that they worry about, these things are common. And so we're going to talk about all that. But before we do, you know, there's that La Raza article right there. Okay, before we do, I got to say this, man. I got to say this. For one, I hope you guys are liking and commenting and subscribing and sharing this video. It's the number one way that we can get the message out there, right? We can do it. We can make ads, and we can network, and we can try to be on different shows and have other shows on this show, and we can do all the other things. We can do all of that. But the truth is, bottom line is that you play a really important role in that. And so, and the way that social media works, if you like something and you just go by it, that's a drive-by, right? Algorithms know that a lot of people, they'll do that even just to let their friends know, I saw that. They may not even be paying attention. They just skim by it. Oh, this person posted, like, I'm still here. I'm still here. That's great. That helps. But if you add layers to that, it's even better. So if you like a post and you comment under that post and you share that post, that will help that post to expand into the platform that you're sharing on, okay? And it will recognize that as a good thing, okay? It will recognize that this person's not just a drive-by, this person's actually engaged with it. So I really hope you do that, but you can see here there's already a number of people who are doing it. I'm really grateful for all of you. And so some people might be like, well, I'm the only person that I see on this platform. By the way, let's go up here and see. Right here, I think we got, 22 platforms going, right? One of the periscopes ain't working, okay? Not sure which one that is. But as you can see, there's a whole bunch of YouTube. There's a whole bunch of Facebook. There's a Periscope. There's a Twitch. Is D-Live on it? Yeah, okay, yep, D-Live. So we've got a whole bunch of them. And so 22 different channels at the exact same time. So you may be on Facebook on one of the Facebook channels, and people may be on another one. But no matter what, it's going to pop up right through here. For example, Matt Davis wrote, hi, you're right about that. Okay. Are you talking about yourself? You talking about me, dude? Talking about me, man. I get accused of that. People are like, oh, are you on drugs? And I'm like, dude, really? You think you have to be on drugs to be this way? You really think that? For real? You know, and like, dude, I'm serious. Like, I wake up, this right here it's a task a little bit. I've been honest with people, and I say, okay, in real life, the ordinary day-to-day thing, I'm at about a 9, right? On the old volume, right? So I'm about a 9. For the show, I crank it up to 11,000. I crank it up to 11,000. And I say, man, we got to just bust a move, dude. I got 3 hours or 2.5, whatever I'm going to do. And today, I may have to cut out a little bit early because I got a friend, in fact, a member of the Wolfpack, Kathy. Okay, so Kathy Little, she's going to be visiting town. She's gone through some crazy things. And we go back a long way. She's the one the only time in this show's history that we've ever just stopped, full stop, right in the middle of a show and started to pray. She had to go to the doctor because her blood pressure was basically at stroke levels. And so because of that, I said, we got to talk, man. We have to pray. We have to talk to the Lord right now. And so we did. We stopped right there. We began praying, and it was great. But that's Kathy, and we shared a picture the next day. There's a video of that where we said the Wolfpack howls to heaven, and we shared a video of that moment, that time where we did that. And she has gone through a lot recently, unrelated to before, but she's gone through a lot recently. And so she's actually going to be up here in Grand Rapids. And I told her we could meet up, and she's going to spend the day with us over here. And so to talk to us and said, you know, there's very few people in her life that she feels that would be there in that way. And she trusts our family. And she said, I got to warn you, I'm going to cry. And I said, here's the thing about that, is that our house is like a chapel for tears of the brokenhearted. I mean, that's just the way it works. And so we function that way. It's one of those things. We have so many people come in. It's like a sanctuary. people come in and they talk to us. They open up their hearts. They cry. And it's okay. You know, right there in our living room, we got a picture of Team Tiny Dancer Forever. We've got the picture that was taken the night before my daughter's 16-hour brain surgery. Okay, she passed away 4 years ago. It's a memorial, right? Not only to her, but to that moment and to the meaning of that season of our life. And it's right there. It's over our mantle. It's over our mantle. And so it has a central place in our home. So we always, you know, we welcome people in that way, especially if you're a member of the Wolfpack. If you're a member of the Wolfpack, yeah, definitely, no doubt. All right, Bethany, and she's on Facebook. The last comment, and by the way, staff, I need water. I don't know what you guys are doing up there. I need some water very, very, very badly. I'm drinking the coffee, but I'm realizing, I'm like, man, my throat's real dry. My throat's real dry. So, okay. So the last one was on YouTube. This one right here is on Facebook. Now, I don't know what YouTube channel they're watching. I don't know what Facebook channel they're watching. No idea at all, okay? But Bethany right here, it says, happy dappy Tuesday to ya, day 29. 2 days left of this final round. Ow! Pack! Yeah! Wolf! Muscular arm, patriotic flag, and a bunch of giggly smiley faces. Because that's basically the summation of the show. It's true. It's true. If you were to take the show and say, what is this show in emojis? And just line up the emojis. That right there, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Oh, well, it's the tiniest zoom in the universe. All right, here. Barbara says, hello from Wisconsin. Hello to you, Barbara. I'm glad you are tuned in Wisconsin. Benjamin says, I'm howling for Christmas joy. You better believe it, bro. You better believe it, man. Howl away, my friend. And by the way, everybody, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. People are like, oh, well, Christmas is done. I'm like, for you, maybe, not for us. For us, we believe, that's why I tell people, they're like, what do you mean you celebrate it as a feast, not a holiday, right? Or you know, a liturgical cycle, you know, Christmastide. What's that? And I'm like, you need to go and check it out. You need to go and check it out. So, Benjamin, I hope you're howling, bro. Howl loud and proud, dude. Because today's an awesome day. We're going to make it great, man. We're part of what makes it great, right? God designed us for this. He made us for this moment. Bethany says, howdy. Yeah, okay. Annette, howdy from Pennsylvania. What's up with howdy? I got a lot of howdies. Howdy, y'all, from Pennsylvania. Very glad to see you in Pennsylvania. And that lovey face. I always like that lovey face. I saw a meme yesterday, and it's this cute dog, and I think he's got a cigarette in his mouth. It's fake. I mean, it's all Photoshop and stuff. But he's not like really smoking, you know, the dog's over in the corner. You're like, oh no, he has a bad habit. He's like blowing smoke rings and stuff, French inhaling and everything. No, but the dog has a cigarette in his mouth and looks all emo, kind of like at the angle up at the camera and stuff. And he's like, you know, every time I look into my mother's eyes, I wish that she had a better son or something like that. You know, like he knows that he's a bad kid. He knows that he hasn't been the best. And sometimes I feel that same way. Sometimes I feel that same way. I'm over there in the corner smoking with that dog. Not really. I let him smoke. James says, good morning, Jeremiah. The devil is a lie. I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean by the devil is a lie? Do you mean the devil is a liar? Or do you mean that you do not believe in the devil? I don't know what you mean by that, buddy. Yeah, because if you mean the devil is a liar, then I totally agree with you. If you say the devil is a lie, I'm definitely disagreeing with you. Like 100%, bro. 100%. We're going to have ourselves a disagreement. It's okay. You're allowed to be wrong every once in a while. As long as by and large you're right. You know what I mean? As long as, more often than not, dude. More often than not, you're right. If you're tuned into this show, you got it. Jim says, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. You better believe it, Jim. You better believe it, Jim. Dude, I'm actually really glad. Jimmy, I am glad you wrote that, dude, because it's true, isn't it? Today's the day the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice, and this is part of our rejoicing. Right? We're not humbugs. We're not just sitting around looking at the depressing crap all day long. You know, I know people, man, it's a fetish. It's a fetish, man. That's like all they do is they wake up and they find like the most intense, conspiratorial, angry, and depressing thing in the universe to watch it. And it's like, dude, you're starting your day that way? Whew, okay. I don't know if the Lord made you for that, buddy. I don't know if he made you for that. That plays a role, man. I watch it. I watch that stuff. But I don't make it a fetish, dude. I don't make it a fetish, you know? And it's weird because a lot of these folks, like, they don't realize just how fetishy that really is. And I'm like, you know, you're steps away from that whole balloon popping crap, dude. That's not right. Balance yourself out, dude. Make yourself a little more well-rounded. Have some fun. Talk with people. Make some jokes. And then get serious, dude. Get serious. Howl at the sun, man. And by the way, people can say, well, that's silly. That's silly. You're howling at the sun. I'm like, no, it's actually serious business. It's serious business, which goes to show that you can be goofing around. You can be dancing around like those kids in the video that we play whenever we do the Wolfpack song and at the middle of the show. And they can sit there and say, well, you're acting goofy. You're acting zany. And I go, this is actually a very serious endeavor. I'm very seriously having fun. I'm really serious about that. I'm having a blast. And that's a very serious thing. Otherwise, joy, what's joy then? What's joy, right? Exactly. Crickets, dude. Jim says, thank you, Jimmy, for reminding us. Yes, man. Jim thanks Jimmy. Jim thanks Jimmy. But it's true, man. Today's the day the Lord has made. We got to rejoice, man. We got to be glad in it. Okay? Because we have a huge mandate. We're children of the King. We got a huge mandate, don't we? We got all these amazing things going on, and we live in tumultuous times. But in fact, we were created for such a time as this, and it's totally true. It wasn't an accident. God's not sitting there going, oh, no, I accidentally created Jimmy right now, and I meant to do it at a different time. What? It's totally fake, dude. God's not sitting there biting his nails and going, man, I hope, Jimmy's works out. It wasn't my first plan. Just not the way it works. I hope Sally's going to do a good job. I meant for her to be more in the 1800s. No. Okay, you are made for this time. Brian, right here, Cherie says, I told a customer of mine about you yesterday. Really? You need to go in more details about this. Well, how did that even come up? I'm going to get you in big trouble. Cherie. By the way, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you. Brian says, good morning, Wolfpack. Good morning to you, buddy. Good morning to you. Super pumped. James says, tips Fedora, top of the morning to you. Dude, it's funny, man. If my son's upstairs watching, I always go, top of the morning, sir. To my son, I got a little hat. I got a little sir hat, top of the morning. And he's all like, he just cracks up every time. I don't get it. But he laughs every time, man. See, top of the morning to you, bro. Top of the morning to you. Let's see here. Phil says, just shared to my Facebook. Phil, I am extraordinarily grateful, man. You're setting the bar, dude. You're setting the bar. You're setting the standard. I'm grateful that you shared it. Because as I said, man, that's how people are going to find out. That's how people are going to know. And little bit by little bit, I'm telling you, man, that's how it grows, dude. That's how it grows. And Phil says, hello again from snowy Denver. When I first saw that out of the corner of my eye, I thought it said Snowy River. I'm like, dude, you live in Snowy River. You're the man from Snowy River, essentially. So yeah, snowy Denver. Dude, how much snow you guys getting over there right now? Dude, yeah, how much snow you guys getting? Dude, yeah, if I ever get back out to Denver, man, I got to hit you up, buddy. I got to hit you up. We're talking about Denver today. Man, because they changed that whole Columbus thing over to La Raza. To the race, by the way. Wow. Really? La Raza. I stopped, by the way, single-handedly. This is why I'm always telling you guys can do more than you even think. As just a guy, just a dude in school, single-handedly stopped or prevented the establishment of La Raza at my college. And I did it by going in and showing all of the different ways that La Raza was, I don't know, super duper racist. I said, look at this right here. I said, imagine that being played out with any other group. Well, now we would say it is being played out with every other group. Imagine it being said with whites. And the moment you say that, the people go, oh, Hitler. And you're like, oh. So these are the black Hitlers and the brown Hitlers. Okay, if that's how you want to play it. If that's really what you want to, the road you want to go down. James says, Jeremiah isn't on drugs. He is the drug. It's true, dude. It's true, man. There was some people that were like, man, dude, I don't know what it is. I'm hooked, dude. I go and I watch you every day. I'm like, man, this guy's nuts. This guy's a crazy dude, but man, I gotta watch it. Going back in the day, we used to have a bumper, right, at the beginning of the show. And at the beginning of the show, or when we come back from a commercial or whatever, and it would be my dad, and he used to say, you hate to love him, you love to hate him, but you can't get enough of him, you sick freaks. And that's what he would say. And he's like, Paleo Radio is on the air, because he used to be Paleo Radio. And so that was the kind of thing. And I think I still have. I may actually need to pull that up sometime and just take the Paleo Radio part out. Or just have my dad re-record it. He's got an amazing voice, by the way. So, but yes, man. I mean, look, that's an old thing, dude. People have hated to love me. People have loved to hate me. But for some weird reason, they keep tuning in. Even the people, I got people. Here's the thing, man. I have people that I know loathe me. They hate it, dude. They hate what I talk about. They hate what I believe. They hate the joy. They hate the joy, man, in my heart. They hate the joy that comes out every single day as we laugh and howl and do this, wagging our finger, even with a smile and twinkle in our eye. They hate that. They wish that we were depressed. They wish that we were defeated, deflated, dead. And they keep coming back. They keep watching. You see? I'm like, oh, yeah, who did the replay? Blah, there he is. Oh, why are you watching, dude? I think it's one of those secret things that, the public faces, this guy's terrible. But inside, he's like eating popcorn. And he's like, dude, I love his stories. Can't get enough. Got to get the fix. Matt says, I was green with you about the people with the rapture dream and vision. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, oh, yeah, with the okay, I got you, man. I got you about that. About the rapture dream and vision. Because that's how it started, by the way. So it started, man. A lady, what was it? The Plymouth Brethren? What was that? Had a vision. Multiple different raptures, feet flying into the sky. And they were like, well, that is the proper interpretation of the Bible. And that's where it came from. And I'm thinking, that's like, how is that much different than Joseph Smith level stuff? I don't know. It's around the same time, in fact. It wasn't the same year, 1830. Let's see, Barbara Farley. My mom was born in 1936. And World War II started in 1939 to 1944, or was it 45? My mom was brought up in her early years with air raids, blackout shades. Being from the East Coast near the ocean, it was her commonplace. My dad and I, in the Midwest, grew up without air raids and blackout shades. My mom's now 84. She moved on in life, met Midwestern man, and moved Midwest. And together, parents raised 5 faith-driven children, including your brother, Chris Farley. Rest in peace, by the way. And I love learning more and more and more about him. He's become like a real frequent conversation piece in our home. We watch a lot of his stuff, and I even see. And I got a question for you. In the commercial, because Barbara Farley is Chris Farley's sister, right? In real life, and I got a question. Is all seriousness. In the commercial for Saturday Night Live, where Chris Farley is drinking is it Hibernal, where he's drinking that huge jug of liquid to go to sleep for the entire cold and flu season. When he does that, he sits up on the side of the bed first. He sits up and he's feeling sick, and he's got his pajamas on and stuff, and he's got a necklace. Is that a scapular? Because the shape of it looks like one of those metal scapulars. And I was wondering that. I couldn't zoom in anymore. I couldn't get the definition on it. But I thought it wouldn't be outside the ballpark that he's wearing that. And so I just wondered. I wondered if that was something you knew about, and if that was in fact a scapular. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Cherie says no coffee for the Parker Pack yet. I don't even know how you're functioning. John Moseman Jr. Where have you been, John? Where have you been, dude? I have tagged you. I have a while ago. I just, I thought you gave up, man. I thought you gave up on me, bro. And we go back a long way, dude. We go back a long way. I actually saw recently, I still have a playlist, I think it's set to private, of Bandman Country. That's old school, dude. That is old school. When me and John, we used to host a show. It was short-lived, and it's a bummer, by the way. It's one of those regrets in life, because it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. But see, I was an unbeliever. And we debated. And it was interesting because, I think the episode about our Christmas episode is up. And people can know, even my heart, even as an unbeliever, and say, oh, yeah, he's coming back. I can say all I wanted to say, but the truth was Christmas, there was something special about it. There was something special about it. And it was a matter of, I think, a year after that we went back to church for the first time on Christmas Eve. And in fact, the very first time that I went to a Catholic church ever was Christmas Eve. And that was the moment where I decided that I was no longer going to be a pastor. I was no longer going to be a Protestant pastor. So I'm really glad to see you, John. Really glad to see you, man. And he said, so much snow here in western Colorado. Yeah, because you're in Colorado too, man. Definitely. Nick says, I say everything the Lord made is good, and he made the devil. It would be good for the purpose of the design. Good for the purpose of the design, but that doesn't mean, it would be like saying, well, everything the Lord made is good, and, or it's kind of along the same lines as people who say, well, everything that God permits is good because God couldn't, permit the evil and stuff like that. And you go, well, God isn't out there saying that rape is good. He's not saying that murder is good. There is good and bad in the world, right? And so, but it's good for the purpose of its design. And in that case, that would be one of those things. Let's see here. So but that's an interesting conversation. The same conversation can be said about Judas. And there's a debate, man. I'd love to have people on to debate Judas sometime, because I've always enjoyed knowing that it's not biographical per se, but Jesus Christ Superstar, the movie Jesus Christ Superstar, and the play, the music and everything. And there's obviously lots of problems with it, but at the same time, I've always found it fascinating, the concept of perspective. I've always found it fascinating. Let's see here. CF says, let's start, late start, got suckered into watching a pro-Vatican II show with Frad. Is that true, bro? Is that true, bro? With Matt Frad? Dude, I gotta be honest, man. I don't know if I've ever seen anything by Frad. I've done Exodus 90. So, I've done things that I think he's associated with that, right? Isn't he one of the creators of that or popularizers, And Nick says, everything has a reason and a purpose, even if we can't see it. I agree. And that's why I have to believe that what we're doing here, and even the laughter that we have, and the time that we're in, and even the gifts and talents that people might say, well, that's not very special, or that's not a very big deal, or well, that's just that's nothing. I'm just a little person. I'm nothing big. I sit there and I say, no, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. Number one, you're measuring yourself up in a weird way, right? You need to see deep down into this, the essence of this thing. You're actually a big deal. You're the only you that God ever made. And you're the only you that God made for a time like this to be with other people like the wolf pack, okay? People like your neighbors and your churches, your families, your kids, your parents, your friends, everybody, your coworkers, all of this. He's the only you ever made for all of those situations. It's amazing, actually. And you play such a pivotal role. And the mere fact that you're alive to think about it, that's kind of the end of the story. It's kind of the end of the story. Jim says, the devil is a lie is a Southern expression meaning basically it means really fake news. Okay, I got you, man. I got you, bro. Okay, good. Well, look, I learned something new, dude. I learned something new, man. Okay, dude, I'm really happy about that. Yeah, okay, I got you, dude. Yeah, really cool. John Moseman Jr., or hanging yourself in a Batman costume. Oh, dude, man. Oh, buddy. So much no here in Michigan. Dude, it's totally true. Yeah, it's not looking good. So anyway, the whole point is, with this, is that we could go on forever. I would love to, in fact. It would be a great thing to just say, we're just going to talk about this. We're just going to talk and just have fun with people, because we could go on and on forever. Maybe I'll do a couple more. But the point is, the reason I even did this in the first place, I get wrapped up in it, by the way. I get wrapped up in it. I'm like, look at this person commenting, all this stuff. And you go, okay, man, it's easy to get wrapped up. But that's what I'm saying, is that no matter what platform you're on, this conversation is actually happening. It's happening from all over and going into this feed. And I can see it in real time. I got another one open at the bottom that shows the live feed as it goes. Okay, so I can see as people are commenting, I can see and engage with you in real time. And we, of course, go back to this. We go back every once in a while. we go back to this. So we'll do a couple more and then we're moving on. We got to move on to some really serious business. Some really serious stuff, guys. Because the wicked keep talking about the rapture will happen anytime. Dude, it's true. We hear it all the time, and it's getting worse and worse. Although I'm seeing more people now talking about all the UFO crap. I'm hearing a lot of it, dude. Hearing a lot of it, man. And, it's one of those things, dude. It's one of those things. Maybe we'll talk about it another time, but I see so many of these people, especially involved in the conspiracy community, because I follow a lot of that, man. And I act like I'm distancing myself from it. The truth is, like, people be like, bro, you are, kind of conspiratorial. I go, no, okay, you got me. But you know what I mean? Like, there are people who believe, like me, who believe that conspiracies happen because, well, it's obvious. And it's just a historical fact at this point. And so because it's a historical fact, we know that it is a present reality, in all likelihood, that there are many, many, many going on. And so, and it's a wide range of things. It's not just one. It's not just, one group doing it all. There's, it can be any secretive group for any secretive agenda working together in that way. But some people, they buy one, and it's like people who are like really addicted to tattoos, and they start getting tattoos on their eyeballs and everything and all that. Shave their head and tattoo their head and everything, and do all the body mod stuff, and eventually they don't even look human anymore. It's kind of that way sometimes, I feel, with conspiracies. And so, that ends up happening. But a lot of that, there's people, they're just going down the deep end. And I'm even seeing some people who are using language, man, and citing stuff that kind of comes off a lot like the Great Reset. They just think that it's going to be done, by Trump instead of by the World Economic Forum. And I'm like, guys, and some of it's done by faceless people. And I'm like, be careful, boys and girls. Be careful. Let's see here. Cherie said that the customer she talked to about the show is a journalism major, and I told her about your show. I'm very grateful for that. Yeah. Brian said, no matter what is going on, Christ is king over all. That is why we never give up. Dude, I need you to start just making slogans for the show. Because every day, dude, you've got like some of the best slogans, man. You got some of the best slogans. Lolf Sinmoros says, hello, I don't understand. What don't you understand, man? What don't you understand, bro? I'm trying to make it easy. I'm not using big fancy words. Am I? Am I using big fancy words? Maybe. I don't know. But I understand the emojis. If you want to talk to me in emojis, and I'll talk to you through grunts and this guttural things, all that, we can do that, man. Seriously, I'll keep it nice and easy. I'm not going to get super deep, using fancy words. We get deep on the show. This is one of the things about the show, isn't it, guys? That a lot of these other shows, man, there's a spectrum, right? Where some shows, they're like really shallow, and they talk just about a lot of stuff. And then there's other shows where it's really deep, but the problem is that they use words that it just kind of flies over your head, and they're really boring people. A lot of times it's boring people, and you're like, I can't watch stuff like that. And I say, well, why don't we do this thing where you can take a really difficult concept and draw out, what is this concept made of? What are the assumptions here? How does this affect the world around us? How does it affect the way we think or the way we talk? How has it affected things ranging from art to music, you name it, architecture, our behaviors, our patterns of behavior, our churches. And I try to do that and use words that make it really accessible. I think the only time that didn't happen is when somebody in the comments, my buddy, said that I was a Kantian in my view on presuppositions and or the impossibility of the contrary, the transcendental argument. I know how to use those, and that's the thing. Like, I could go down that road. I could use all those words, and that would be good for a certain demographic. And I hope that they tune into the show. At worst, they're going to be irritated that I don't use the big fancy words that they learned to read in college. But I'm like, but there's a lot of people here who may not have gone to college, may not have ever learned those big fancy words. And if they hear those words that way, it's going to just glaze over the eyes. I mean, they're not going to know what to do with it, even if they hear it unpacked, because unpacking it, you may still have those crazy big words too. And then that person's not going to be interested. But the truth is, it might not just be something of interest. It might actually be something important, and maybe so important that it's essential, fundamental, elementary. that they need to know these things and that they're hurting themselves and other people and actualizing that destiny in their life, actualizing that because they don't know how to examine their thoughts and their worldview, their beliefs about the world. And this show tries to do it. I've been inspired by people throughout the years. There are Catholic people who do this, but when I first started thinking this through and thinking I want to do this and make these big ideas accessible to everyday folks, when I started thinking that, it was by the influence of people like C.S. Lewis and R.C. Sproul. R.C. Sproul is a Calvinist. Most people know C.S. Lewis. R.C. Sproul is a Calvinist. He's an anti-Catholic apologist guy, right? He's not a big fan of that, although certain people in the Reformed community, other Calvinistic people, might look at them and say, you're very Romanist, right? Like, because his belief in natural theology, natural law, stuff like that. And so his views and his classical apologetic method and stuff, in fact, is heavily on people like Anselm and Aquinas and Augustine. And he looks up to them. In fact, it's part of a series that he does. And so, but his idea was taking theologically difficult ideas and breaking it down and sharing them in easy to consume books, right? You could read them in a quick period of time and it was engaging and fun. And he did videos and stuff. I have a series over here on the consequence of ideas about the history of philosophy. And he makes it so easy and so fun. And so it was something that inspired me about that. And it got me interested in this. Let's see. Rapture theology is a product of 18th century Jews. Scofield was Jewish. What do you mean? Was Scofield Jewish? Was he Jewish? That's one of those things, man. I didn't know. I didn't know it. Dispensational in the Scofield Study Bible. And people say it was the first study Bible. This is not true. In fact, the Douay Rheims came with an enormous amount of annotation. There's tons of it. And so the original and true, not the newer one, okay? The newer ones. And there's a difference, by the way. There's a big difference in some ways. And so if you go back and you say, look up the original and true Douay Rheims, it's they need to figure out a way to get it condensed, maybe to sell it as the Bible and then a separate book for annotations and other notes, because it's like 4 volumes. I have it here at the house. Let's see here. Barbara said, yes, indeed it is. He never took it off. Oh, so Chris Farley in the Hibernal commercial was, in fact, for Saturday Night Live, was wearing a scapular, one of the metal scapulars. See, I knew it. I saw it and I'm like, dude, I know what that is, but I couldn't see the details. Dennis says, Jesus said stars will start to look falling and a whole galaxy tremble. One will be taken away. One will be left. That's rapture. No, it's not. No, it's not. You should, for one, wouldn't it be weird, by the way? Wouldn't it be weird, guys, if for 1,800 years, the people who translated the Bible, who preached the Bible, who taught the Bible, who preserved the Bible, even at their own cost of their own life, never thought, wow, man, that's a rapture. Do you know what the church believed before that? Do you know? And by the way, if you believe that's the way it is, number one, you're not very familiar then with apocalyptic literature, right? The kind of prophetic stuff in the Old Testament that uses imagery just like that. That's not original. It's not like that's the first time in the Bible that there were conversations about stars that look like they're falling, or, the skies are trembling and all this stuff. It's not the first time, man. In fact, the Old Testament has tons of it. And you go, well, was there a rapture back then? Was there a rapture? Did it really happen? Did the stars really do that? Or is that the kind of imagery that's used in apocalyptic literature? And not only that, but if that's the case, with the rapture, and that's what it means, number one, that should have happened in the time of Jesus. Otherwise, Jesus is a liar, and we know that's not true, because Jesus said that these things would happen, these things would take place before certain people that were listening to him had tasted death. So he said, some of you standing here will not die before all of these things take place. Okay. You know, he says, he tells the disciples that they're not even going to walk in, their feet won't even touch the ground in many of the surrounding areas before this stuff takes place. And John the Revelator, sitting there saying that the people reading the book of Revelation, that they are soon to see, it's about to happen. When you see these things, when you see them, you will know. It's about to happen. 2,000 years later, he's a liar if that didn't happen. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you that, but you can't, if you wrote a letter to me and you were telling me of all these things that are about to happen, and you were saying it's about to happen, and when I see it, and let's say you're scaring the daylights out of me and my family with this scary letter, and you say, when you see these things, you're going to know what to do. And I'm like, okay, good. And then I grow up and die. My kids would probably be apostates. They would look and say, that guy, if you were an apostle, they'd say, well, this guy's obviously a liar. He's obviously a liar. My dad was had by something as foolish as the Mormons were. So no, it's not the rapture, man. It's not the rapture. Good try, though. Good try, though, man. Yeah. Speaking of Judas, the GOP is full of them. Totally true. Totally true. I'm out of here, though, guys. I'm out of here, man. I could go on this forever, dude. I could go on this forever, man. There's so many good topics, you guys. And again, I'm just so grateful for all of you. All right, make sure you can go to paleocratdiaries.com where you can become a member. Every single little bit helps. We've made it easy, in fact. $5 a month, and you are a bona fide member of the Paleo Naughty. And, either which way, even if you're not a member, that's okay. Times are tough. A lot of you guys aren't even working. Okay, so you may be struggling to put food on the table, and you're saying, man, he's asking for $5. In that case, no, I'm not. You didn't hear what I just said. But if you're somebody who says, well, I spend $5 on dumb crap throughout the month, but I tune in every day to this guy, and I'd like to be a contributor to the show, knowing, by the way, that 100% of the funds that are dedicated to this show are given exclusively to my children's education at Sacred Heart Academy. If that's you and you want to do that, and you want to be part of that, then become a member. Otherwise, connect with us. We'd love to connect with you. You can find that on our Connect page. It's got our email, even my phone number. I guess people can call me. It's my actual number. Interviews. You can book them right now. You can book public speaking. I always love that. In fact, it's probably my favorite thing, right? I mean, this is my favorite. My second favorite thing is doing public speaking. I love going places, meeting people, speaking and doing Q&A and having fun, panel discussions and forums, things like that. I've never done a formal debate. The debates that are like, you have a 15-minute opening statement, blah, blah, blah. And, they're useful. They're important, but I've never done that before, where it's strict timing like that, and you got the structure of it all. I've never done it. I would be open to the idea. Maybe on the rapture. Maybe on the rapture. Maybe we got to do that. So public speaking, you can book now. It's easy, and it's all negotiable. By the way, it's all negotiable. And any which way you go, make sure at the bottom of the homepage to enter your email to subscribe. We do not spam you. We do not share your information. And in fact, we so don't spam you that we really only share blogs every once in a while. It's not even very often. It kind of goes in spurts too, so we don't, you won't even get stuff every day. But if you get something, you're going to know it's actually really good. You're going to know it's really good. And we're thinking about putting together a page so that we can begin broadcasting right there on the site. And there will be a page dedicated to the show. So you can go anytime and it'll play the show 24 hours, different episodes and stuff. And then when it goes live, it'll be the live show. And so you can tune in and it'll be live. And the comment section will be there and everything like that. It'll be a whole bunch of fun. So you can find all of that at paleocratdiaries.com. Alrighty, moving on. Now we got to get into the serious business. Serious business, man. Okay. First thing, and remember, if you have a story, oh, come on. If you have a story that's not this, if you have a story that is not this, then I would be really interested in talking about it. It doesn't have to be serious. It can be fun. Okay? But it can't be this, man. This guy, man catches 52 nuts on the head for Guinness World Record. 52. Number one, does that even sound impressive, guys? Does it? Does that sound like an impressive feat? Did God make him for, this? Or is he like Jonah and David Rush? He's broken more than 150 Guinness records. I thought he broke 150 ago. The guy's got to be at like 300 at this point. But he finds low-hanging fruit. I'm going to toss some nuts in the air and land them in a cup and do that. He's kind of an attention whore. I don't mean to be rude or crude, but we know it's true, right? I mean, isn't it? But is he kind of like Jonah? God called him for a really serious purpose, and he's like, every day I'm going to be TikToking it up and getting another Guinness record, and all under the guise that he's doing it so that people can be really interested in science. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, why couldn't he do this? Boy 12 identifies 39 airlines by their plane tails for, oh gosh, for Guinness record. Oh, who even thought of that? They're like, oh, I mean, think about, I don't even know what to say. I'm stammering and stuttering all over the place. Who thought of this? Like, I'm really good at naming the airliners by looking at the tails of planes. Who has the time for that? Who thought that would be a great idea? Who thought that would be a great idea? I don't know. I don't know who thought that would be a really good idea. Oh my gosh, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it's like, I don't know, like, would you be really proud of that? I mean, I know that this kid, he's 12 years old. He's 12 years old. His name is Siddhant Gumber, 12, from Abu Dhabi, the UAE. He set a Guinness record. What was it? What was the record before that? Did he break one? Was there somebody else that tried that? He says, although he loves country flags, we focused on airplane tails for the Guinness record because they too are unique. I guess. I guess, man. It's getting absurd. It's just getting really, really, really absurd. Okay. So we've got this video here. All right, what's this? This was like a bunch of fun. If you had to guess what's going on here, what do you guys think's going on? And I guess the question is, I've been told that I need to ask, would you do this yourself? Okay, so that is a question I need to answer. It's a question you need to answer. What is happening here? And would you do this? I don't know. Let's find out right now. We're going to find out. No. No, I would not. What is this? Why are they... Oh, dude, look at his face. Boom. Okay, watch this guy. Look at him. Why would you do this on purpose? What's the point of this? And I don't understand. What's going on? Okay, Exploding Hammer Festival. Oh, that sounds really great. In San Juan de la Vega. In Guanajuato. Is that Guanajuato? Mexico. How would you pronounce that? I mean, my Spanish is pretty impeccable. But how would you pronounce that one? Yeah, apparently it's a 7-week trip in Mexico. The main reason for the trip was to check out the Exploding Hammer Festival. It's the most amazing thing he's ever seen. Dude, I'm telling you. It's in honor of the town's saint. What? They tape explosives to sledgehammers. No. And what saint is that? What saint is that, man? I don't know. Thank you very much, baby cakes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Guys, look that up for me. And find out, say, what would be, who's the saint of this crap? And it's held on Fat Tuesday. Oh, boy. I don't know. Wow. Oh, so this is old. 2019. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, in the comments, yeah. Robbie from Texan says, explosion? Next? No. Mark says, why do people take drugs? Why do people do bungee jumping? It's true, dude. Why do you jump out of a plane? It's for the rush, right? It's for the rush. But an exploding hammer, I mean, I can just imagine, dude, there's some serious bad things. Yeah, running with the bulls? Bro. Yeah. Mark says, no saint. Facebook user said, maybe it's an unofficial saint. Okay. Yeah, of course. No, we've got a lot of saints, man. We got a lot of saints for a lot of reasons. But I don't know any that are like for the Festival of Exploding Hammers. Never seen that one, man. Never seen that one. Okay, Mongolian Master. This is a good idea. Okay. So apparently, if you can make your way through here, through these little poles, then you are going to get a discount. Okay, so if you can make it through, if you're kind of a portly person and you can make it through, you get 10%, 20%, 30 to 50 to 100. So the 100 one, you know, that's good. That'd be good. I mean, number one, they're giving meal deals to kids. They're giving meal deals to people who may be anorexic, who are, you know, things like that are struggling, and they're trying to be, you know, helping out. And they're like, this is charitable for these people. And the heavier you are, they're like, we're not giving you a discount. You're going to put us out of business already. So we're taking a hit. We're not going to give you any more money. We're not going to do it. Facebook user says the San Explosivo as the saint. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Who's the saint? San Explosivo. Yeah. Oh, I think so. Yes. And Mark's right, man. The world is crazy. The world's totally crazy. But this right here is not, by the way. This right here is a good idea. It's a really good idea. No. This is not a good idea. Who sent this crap? Man's horror after finding live creature wriggling around his $67, would that be pound? Restaurant sushi? It's got a video. No. Oh, but that doesn't... How would you even know if there was anything wriggling around when you've got a bunch of those noodles all over the place? You know what I'm saying? Makes no sense. Makes no sense, man. It's okay.
That is
Okay, hold on. I was looking over here at the noodles. No, it's in the bag of the sushi. Dude, I can only imagine eating it and feeling it in your mouth. I think I've said it before, man, where I bit into that plum. I think it was in Connecticut or New Jersey. It was one of the two. And I bit into that plum, man, and I felt crazy junk all in my mouth and throat. Earwigs. It was a whole nest, man. It was a whole bunch of them, dude. I'm like, it was so bad.
It's mildly scary.
Well, mildly? It was a swimming. Okay, we gotta keep going.
Oopsie. Packy.
I'm sorry, man. There's people tuning out right now. They're like, why is he doing this? It's to build up endurance for the end time.
That is mildly scary.
Mildly what? Why does he keep saying mildly? Mildly disturbing, mildly scary. Why are you doing that? Oh, man, dude. What would you do, by the way, if you saw that? What would you do that? Let me see here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Mark says, that was funny. Saint Explosivo, LOL, epic. Yeah, man, totally, man. Yeah, totally. Saint Explosivo. We're going to need to make a video of Saint Explosivo. We're going to have to do it, man. It's going to have to be kind of like Napoleon Dynamite-styled stuff, right? I make commercials. I know how to do that. CF Hulling, all-you-can-eat Mongoloid barbecue. Yeah, it's an all-you-can-eat, dude. That's why they made it that way. So, okay. Donkey rescued after a month stranded on South African island. Is that the real donkey, dude? Oh, who wrote this, man? This is ODD News. Okay, hold on. I gotta get back here for a second. I gotta be back here. No, that's ODD News. What the blazes? Okay, where? Oh no, maybe I don't have it. Oh, I do. It's ahead. Okay. So anyway, let me get here. So this donkey, right? I'll tell you what I was going to tell you in a moment. So yeah, this donkey We sit here and the whole world will say, oh, this donkey is, stranded. How do you know it's stranded? We always take this assumption that the animal kingdom doesn't know what they're doing. We always do this. And yet we also know through videos and security footage, we know that animals do in fact oftentimes know exactly what they are doing. And so the question would be, how do we know for sure that this donkey isn't out on that stranded island for a very specific reason? And how do we know that that very specific reason does not have geopolitical ramifications involved with the Great Reset? How do we know this? We don't. The people pretend, though. The people pretend. And, of course, they're the faceless people over at UPI.com. They don't say who wrote it. A donkey went missing from its owner's South African home in November. Was brought home by a water rescue team after being found stranded on an island. This is all conjecture, by the way. This is all conjecture because Money Down says they did not investigate. They just simply found the animal and assumed it right out of the gate. These investigators, these detectives are not saying to themselves, have you talked to the donkey in the room? Put the lights on. Make it hot. Crank up the heat. Play good cop, bad cop. Interrogate that bugger. Don't let him off the hook so fast. You can't do it. You can't do it. You cannot give them the benefit of the doubt anymore. No more. The National Sea Rescue Institute. That sounds like a New World Order thing. The National Sea Rescue Institute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, dude. It's a front. It is totally a front. A crew based in Valdam area was alerted Sunday. Valdam? To a donkey spotted stranded on an island near Dennisville. The donkey reportedly went onto the island and about 4 weeks ago when the water levels were low, but was unable to get back to mainland when the water levels rose. This is according to the NSRI station commander. Like I said, man, this is military, dude. This is military. All of this is the PSYOP, man. The whole thing. This is all. I bet you people found that donkey. They probably found that donkey, were taking pictures of it, and everyone was suspecting, is it possibly part of the Great Animal Uprising of 2020? Yeah, I've heard of that. Paleocrat talks about it. And the news people and the Great Reset cabal of the New World Order, they caught on to it because they're spying on everybody's cameras. They're spying on the cameras, so they knew. And they said, we're in trouble, guys. We need to send the NSRI. Contact Station Commander Jake Manton. Okay, on its stat. So he's all out there deceiving us. You know it's true. It's at least plausible. It's at least on a spectrum of like, it's impossible to, it's definitely true. It's not definitely true. But guys, there's a lot going for this narrative. The NSRI team brought the veterinarian to the island. Oh, the veterinarian. To the island. It's another spook, dude. It's another spook. And the donkey was confirmed to be suffering from stress and malnutrition. The animal was tranquilized. Oh, dude, okay. Another option. Maybe it's not as big, that he's involved with some New World Order thing. It might not be true. It might be true, though, that this animal, it did this on purpose because they're a junkie for tranks. They're a junkie for tranks. People addicted to tranks, man. They'll go to hospitals all over the place. I knew a guy. I'm not going to joke about that. But I knew a guy who did that. He'd any pain, any kind of stress, and he'd be wanting it, man. They caught on to him. This donkey had probably, gone to all the different clinics around town, acting like he'd been injured or something. And they're like, no, we know all about you. We know about you. You're only here for the tranks. So what did he do? He takes it into his own hands. He goes full kamikaze and goes out to an island and waits for that bugger to come up. So then he's going to have stress and malnutrition so that when they do find him, he's going to get his tranquilizers he wanted. Sounds plausible. Sounds plausible, doesn't it? More plausible than, oh, he just wandered out there. What do they think we are? Stupid? This show is so stupid. Why do I do this? Why do I do this to myself? Okay, all right. What is this a TikTok? Is it? It is a TikTok, man. I don't even like talking about TikToks. We're going to talk about this. Woman left devastated after overhearing boyfriend's remark on the doorbell camera. The girl is sitting there doing a duck face with the thing like that. She's years behind on both of those, okay? 2007 and 2010 want their, stuff back. I, by the way, have the ugliest duck face of any human being. It's true. It's true. I actually have a picture of myself with a duck face. It's terrible. It's terrible. Make your worst duck face and send it to me at paleocratdiaries@gmail.com, and we'll go ahead and share it. We're going to share it. So here's the TikTok. Oh no. Oh no. He's walking out with his bro. And what does he say? You know what I want for Christmas? A new girlfriend. Well, bro, I'll tell you what. You may have just gotten one. And there she is. I don't know, man. If she's doing duck faces and doing that, she might be just a little bit behind. It's possible. I don't know. But that shows also that she's, not super hardcore about being the trendiest person in the universe. That's a good thing. She's not like up to date with all that stuff. She's probably saying, you sound like a real TikToker. You're the one making fun of my outdated symbols that I use on my face. Yeah, I am, by the way. I'm up to date, man. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm cutting edge. So the boyfriend, real jerk. She said, following the backlash, Colby uploaded another video to defend her boyfriend. She said, in regards to my last video, that was a complete joke. I actually accidentally told him that he was a downgrade. So he said that back as a joke and apologized. You just wasted my freaking time. You wasted my time, you pathetic. Blah! You know what? You get what you deserve. No, you don't. You do not get what you deserve. You just got a bunch of views. You just got a bunch of comments, and you just roped me in, didn't you? You hooked me with that, and you pulled me in, and you dragged me in. And then at the end of the entire article, you go, it was a joke. I knew it the whole time. In fact, you're the douchebag. You can take that duck face and that crap and get out of here. You are TikToking it up, woman. TikToking it up. Man, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Oh, you do that. Why? It's obvious. Because you want the attention. You want people to look at you. You want to be confirmed in all the stuff that you do. And so you share something like that and you make it, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. My boyfriend wants a new girlfriend. Are you that dense, by the way, that you would think, and I'm sorry, I'm actually a little bit mad about this. It's like, I'm not just joking about this. I'm actually mad at you, Toots. I'm mad at you, Toots. I defended your duck face. I defended your stupid peace symbol to your forehead crap. I defended you, woman. And then what ends up happening? What ends up happening? You rope me in. You make me look like a rope-a-dope. After the story about the donkey. You make me look like that. Forget you, woman. Life is better without broads like you. Soap when you drop it in the shower. What? Oh, yeah. Is this true, guys? I mean, do you feel this way? You feel this way? You're slipping around. You're like trying to find this, like going all over the place. Yeah, that's what I feel like, man. And trying to chase it down. I started to feel like that guy on the movie Popeye with Robin Williams, where he's reaching over to grab his hat and he keeps kicking it with his foot. Feel the same way about the soap, dude. Feel the same way about the soap. All right. Dad punched and kicked by kangaroo. What? As he tries to defend children. Amelia Ward. We're going to talk. Look at this. Holy cow. Holy cow. Dude, you guys, what would you do in this? I mean, obviously, if it was coming after my kids and stuff, I'd have to fight a kangaroo. I mean, that's just the way that goes. We might be doing that anyways, guys. You might just have to get accustomed to the idea of punching animals in the face. If the uprising reaches a critical point and they start marching against us, which is possible, I've heard that it's happened in other countries. We may have to get to the point where, we're willing to knock a kangaroo out, do a roundhouse kick. I'd be doing that. A spin kick. I do those every day, practicing for this very moment. So, all right, what's this video here? Dude, that is not a fight. That is not a fight, dude. No, I'm not even. That is not a fight, man. Is it, guys? Is that a fight? To sit there. I already closed it down. I guess, he's throwing a stick at. How is he defending his kids? Man? Why don't you just tell the kids to go inside? It's not like the kangaroo was chasing after him. And was that a TikTok video, dude? Is he really putting himself out there like that for TikTok? I don't know, man. I'm not going back and looking. That was a waste of my time. I don't know, man. I don't want to waste you guys' time either. Your time is valuable. And you want to hear, even though they're funny, you want to hear hard-hitting analysis, even in the funny stuff. And this guy, what are you going to say about this? And he wasn't fighting. The video made it look like he was fighting. The truth is, he got his butt trounced. That's like that video of the dude. He's doing capoeira, right? Where you're doing all the flips and, all this somersault. It's really more of a dance, So he's kind of doing this dance. He's, doing spins and cartwheels and flips and trying to look super cool and everything. And the other guy across from him that he's supposed to fight with is just standing there calm. And then the capoeira guy does this amazing flip and runs toward him. And the dude just one punch, blam. Boy, he's on the ground. Done. He's toast, man. And I sit there and I'm like, it's kind of like this. The dad was not physically fit to be doing any capoeira. I don't know. I've seen some fat capoeira people. But, the thing is, this guy was not capoeiraing it up. But it didn't matter. Because once that kangaroo came toward him, he was just done. And then did you hear the screeching of the wife? Ah! Oh, man. Oh, buddy. Let's see here. What is this? Primary school teacher says she's learning to be a witch in her free time. Wow, that's terrible. She looks like she would be. Is that looks a little photoshopped though, doesn't it? What is this, Lad Bible? Doesn't it look like that nose is photoshopped? It kind of does, man. Like, I don't know. It's something about this nose. Something about the nose is photoshopped. Or maybe that's a magical little nose piercing there. Look at all the voodoo she's got going on, man. Like the shirt. Oh, man. Primary school teacher said she's learning to become a witch. Wow, that's really great. You should get fired immediately. Get the kids out of there, man. She's like, oh, no, I won't bring it in. And you're like, no, you are already, in fact. If you're at that place where you're like, I'm going to get involved in witchcraft. That sounds like a good idea. And I'm going to come and do some witchcraft and then teach some kids. You've already got some weird black magic stuff going on inside of your heart. You're probably emanating a bunch of the demonic every day. And the kids need to, exodus the room. You're going to need an exorcist stat. Let's see here. She spent the last 2 years studying the practices of Wicca. Wow, man. Again, that's so, 90s. Isn't it? Isn't that, right out of the 90s? Goodness gracious. Buffy the Vampire's calling. She wants her Wicca back. I mean, this is so dumb. I mean, witchcraft is stupid anyway. And she has erected a sacred altar in her bedroom. I'm glad, look, Lad Bible at least put sacred in quotation. Her journey started when she began researching modern pagan practices online and then trying spells out for herself. Here's where it's actually wrong. That isn't where it started. There's no way. You don't just say, well, I'm going to research modern pagan practices and then try them out. What led you to that place where you were even open to the idea of, I'm going to look these things up? Or that you would have a disposition within your heart that says, I'm going to try this. That's where it started. The journey, i.e. slippery slide to HE double hockey sticks. While people may think it's a little strange, she says she's not interested in the dark arts. Well, it's kind of a weird thing, isn't it? Kind of a weird thing, because that's exactly what you're going to do. She said, it's really my own personal form of spirituality. Not really. I mean, in a way it is, in a way it's not. You think you created the wheel here? You think you made this stuff up? You think this is brand new? Like, it's my own personal form. Okay, I hear you. So you're playing Mr. Potato Head with, magic. It has nothing to do with black magic. Oh, yeah, it's people who say that kind of crap, man. People are like, hey, why don't you come over to this weird Wiccan ritual where we're all naked under the full moon and we're rubbing ergot on our skin and having sex with each other. It's not really messed up. Believe me, it's okay. And you're like, no, it's really messed up, dude. It's really messed up. She said it's all very, it has nothing to do with black magic. It's all very focused on me, my health, and my well-being. Well, if Betty Crocker had a recipe for health, none of this would be on there. None. None. Well, where did you go, by the way, to say, okay, you're looking up and you're like, okay, I want to get some health advice, general well-being, and you look it up and it's like, why don't you practice some Wicca? What sites are you going to? I mean, look, Google and company, they're all wicked bad, but even them, they wouldn't be doing that. Like, oh, I'm looking for health advice. I'm looking for general well-being. How many pages did you have to scroll through in order to find that? There may be other witches who practice the negative dark arts and cast hexes and curses, but that's not my way. Oh, we're all going to believe you. We're all going to believe you. And that's assuming that it's like, well, I do the good spells. No. You're not understanding. You're not understanding the spirits you invoke. Again, you're making it up. I mean, it is your own spirituality. You're like, oh man, yeah, I'm using all of these ancient practices and arts and demonic spirits. I'm using all of them, but I'm using them for my own purposes. And that's how it works. So trust me when I teach your kids. No! Get your kids out of there, son. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Oh, and this is her house? Wow, imagine wanting to go on a date with that chick. Wowzers, man. Wowzers. You go walking in, and you're like, I mean, she's moderately attractive. I mean, well, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Oh, I can't even see the picture now. There we go. So, okay, I mean, she's pretty. She's pretty if she wasn't so evil and stuff, and if she doesn't need some of that stuff going on there. But then you walk in the house and you find this and you're like, dang, I think we are at Blair Witch. I think that's what's happening here. Oh, yeah, that's your magic crystal for what? The energy powers? You know what it reminds me of, guys? It reminds me of the, oh my gosh, what is that? Abramovich method, right? Abramovich, the artist. The artist with the spirit cooking chick, man. She had Lady Gaga, because I guess Lady Gaga, was doing weed, was smoking a lot of weed or something, and wanted to do this Abramovich method. And when she did it, it involved a lot of like hugging crystals, laying on them in the nude while, doing kind of a mantra, that kind of a droning sound, standing naked in a river with horns on her head and everything. And I'm like, oh, that's a method, all right. Goodness gracious alive. This lady is kind of the same way. Oh, and there's her boyfriend. Dude, run for your life. Run for your life, homie. I'm not even kidding. Run for your life. It's not worth it. Believe me. Believe me. And I hate to say this. Because she is a pretty woman. I mean, she's an attractive person. But you got to just know, dude, and I don't mean to downplay this, there are 7 billion people on the planet, homie. 7 billion. You can't get wrapped up with this. You need to go. You need to take a knee for Jesus and you need to run. And then pray for her. Then you need to pray for her, dude. You need to flee for your life, though, dude. Oh, she used her powers to support her boyfriend's career. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, I got to do it. It's hard. I said that if I get too mad, I'm going to have to do this. Drive me nuts. This is driving me angry. If I get too mad, I got to play something that's going to make me happy. And the staff put together something. They said we got 4 of them. And they're like, they're doses of happiness, I guess, that's supposed to cheer me up. And it's going to be really exciting, I guess. So hold on. I got to get to it. So, okay, here's video number 1. They said I got to do it in this order. There's 4 of them that are available to me. And so if I get really upset, this is upsetting, man. This is upsetting. If that happens, that I got to play this, I got to play a video. So, okay, here we go. What? No. No. This is not making me happy. You lied. You lied to me so bad. Wow. No, this is not making anybody happy in the world. This is a psyop. Why are you doing this to me? I've got my glasses on. You can't keep my eyes open. I'm closing them. Put the music. No. Oh. Okay, so you lied to me. You lied and said that was going to make me happy. That did not make me happy. And where'd you find that music? Where did you find that? Oh, no. Oh, no. That's bad. All right, here. We might do one more of these. I don't know. Schoolboy's decade-old prediction about 2020 goes viral. This is by Sonia Jane. This is by Sonia Jane. Sonia, you're alive. You are alive. I'm so happy. Schoolboy's decade-old prediction about 2020 goes viral. He says, my prediction, here's Kevin Singh. Look at him. Get a good look. This guy, apparently he predicted, my prediction for year 2020 is that everyone will live peacefully and they will cure every disease there is. No, yeah, okay. Sometimes stuff goes viral for all the wrong reasons. No way, man. No way. Sometimes it all goes wrong. It all goes wrong for all the wrong reasons. Some people say, there's no such thing as, kind of like bad news. There's no bad publicity kind of thing. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Because you got this. You got this, man. This is wicked bad. People are going to say, number one, what's up with your hairdo, dude? Why did you get a hairdo that looked like that? Let's go ahead and zoom in on that bad boy. Dude, no. We all regret it, by the way. It's not just you. It's not just you. We all regret this, okay? But that hairdo, bro, is like right out of Dumb and Dumber, okay? It's just the way it is. And you've got the gold necklace. I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to make fun. I kind of like the color of the shirt and stuff. But the background is cheap, okay? You needed to get a background, the one with the, lasers at an angle. And everybody who went to school that got class pictures, you all know what I'm talking about. You all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so it went for all the right... Okay, what is he doing now? What is he doing now? Okay, it was widely shared online. What is he doing? Oh, people are like, Kevin Singh, you buffoon. KFC. Is that... Oh, KFC Barstool. I mean, I was thinking that was Kentucky Fried. Like, it's Kentucky Fried, dude. They're jumping in on it, man. I've never seen a jinx work so well at Boss Logic. Yeah, man. This is a jinx. It all goes back to him. You want to know why did 2020 suck so bad? It's because that kid. Let's get him. They're all coming. You know he's in hiding, dude. He's in hiding. Oh, here he is. He said, sorry, guys. Oh, dude, man. Oh, yes. That's great. That is a good one. This is not good. Okay, do I have to talk about this? Okay, all I'm going to say is, look, grandma with the world's longest nails is selling them for 35,000 pounds. What's messed up is that there's going to be people who will actually buy this. And that's bad. That's really unfortunate. And why would you ever do that? That's so wrong. That is just so wrong. It's so gross, dude. Nobody thinks that that's great. And look at that weird ring she's got, like halfway up the nail. That's how bad it is. Look at her fingers, though. Look at her fingers. What's wrong with that hand, man? She's distracting people from her really weird-looking Muppet fingers. It does. It looks like the Muppets, all squishy and gross. Looks like the Muppet hands of the people, the bad guys on the Muppet Musicians of Bremen. And if you haven't seen that, man, it's a great movie. One of my favorite. All right. Last funny story, then we're moving on, guys. Then we are moving on. For the Wolfpack song, so you gotta get your coffee ready. It is time to get the coffee ready because we are going straight to the dome. So you got to get it, man. You got to get it because we're going to raise the glass high, howling at the sun, resolving today, as we do every day, to give it our best, okay? No matter what we're doing. So make sure, and it doesn't matter. You got coffee, you got tea, you got slurm, you got wine, whatever time it is. Whatever it is, man. Whatever it is. You raise that thing high. If it's a corn on the cob, I don't care. If it's a hamburger, I don't care. I don't care. If it's sushi, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Bowl of cereal. It doesn't matter, guys. Whatever it is. Not sea urchin. Don't raise sea urchin. But if it's anything else other than sea urchin, sea urchin, never. Everything else, pretty good. Pretty good. Raise it high. Howl at the sun. So you got to get ready right now because as soon as this story is the last one, we're on to the serious news for real. And so make sure if you like this video, make sure to share it. We're now reaching the time. A lot of people go out to lunch. And so we see in the analytics, we see a drop, in fact. And so if you have not shared this video yet and you would like to have more people commenting, we'll talk about it. Make sure to share the video far and wide, as far as you can share, tag people that you think would enjoy it, okay? Tag people or the ones you like to kind of poke and irritate, but you're friendly enough. You're frenemies, so they're like, "Argh." And if they get really mad, we'll go ahead and have them in here. So, okay, go ahead and do that right here. From the conspiracy hole on Telegram, stop insulting the sheep. A flock of sheep invade Turkey's city of Samsun during coronavirus pandemic lockdown. Video from July. Okay, so this is not new. A video. Oh, it's a video. Okay, here we go. Holy cow. And dude, the sheep are on our side, by the way. Dude, they've had it. What do they know that we don't know? And that's it. That's the only thing. Dude, look at how many sheep that is right there. They're just like taking over the streets. They're just taking over the streets, man. They're like, you know what? No, we're not going to allow, because they knew what the lockdowns were really about. You know, I don't know if we've had anything like this in the United States, but they're on the ball. We saw, wasn't it also in Turkey, man, where one of the sheep were out there attacking a dude who was wearing like the hoodie with the mask on and everything. So he looked like he's Antifa internationally. Looks like he's Antifa, but they're on our side, guys. They are on our side. All right, so we got to get the coffee ready. We got to get the coffee ready right now because it is time for the Wolfpack song. It is time for the Wolfpack song, so we got to go ahead and get that coffee ready. We're going to raise a high because we resolve each and every day to recognize that today is the day that the Lord has made. We rejoice every single day. We do. In fact, it is central to the entire program. It's smack dab right in the middle. And in fact, I don't even need to say that. It's smack dab in the show, which is in the middle. Smack dab, the Wolfpack song, where we howl at the sun, rejoicing because today is the day that the Lord has made. And we are grateful to open our eyes to this amazing, amazing place with an amazing story. A story of sin, a story of a fall, of sin, of a history of all these troubles and all of these problems, all of these imperfect and yet beautifully remarkable people. Some terrible and tremendous things have taken place. And at the center of all of that, at the center of this history, at the center of it, something that changed it forever, the incarnation of Jesus Christ came down to earth, born of a virgin, and has been transforming things ever since. And we are part here. We are part in a very small and humble way. We are part of that. We have allowed him, through taking a knee for him, taking a knee for Jesus Christ, we have allowed him to work through us, and we every day ask, God, work through us more. Show me how what I do every day, show me how that can be used by you for your greater glory. No matter what it is, no matter if it's the small things that you do when you're at home, it's the big things you do when you're at work, but that all day, every day, all night, every night, you are giving all of that back to God who gave it to you. Because we're resolving here three things. Number one, we don't give up. We aren't the type to give up. especially when it's hard. Life can come down on us super hard. In fact, that's what my friend's coming over today. Life is coming down on her super, super hard. And what does she do? She reaches out to somebody who every single day makes a fool of himself a little bit, puts himself out there on the line. You know, I'm putting myself out there on the line. You know, I don't know when my YouTube is going to be completely removed. Don't know when. A day will come. Don't know when, but a day is going to come. But I put it out there. And why do I do it? Because I'm resolving every day to never give up. I'm resolving every day to keep on smiling and to remember that, like you and like everybody else who's ever gone before and everyone else who's going to come after us, we shall die. And because of that, to resolve to give it our best, knowing that when I have to know in my heart that when I give it my best, that is going to help you give your best. And when you give it your best, that's going to help me. Symbiotic. Feeds off of each other, constantly building one another up all the time. That when we do our best and we've got a smile on our face, especially through hard times, when we do this, we are light to all of those around us. We are our own little city on a hill. People will look and say, I don't understand. Where does that joy come from? Where does that determination? Things don't get you down the same way as other people. How do you do that? And you tell them, I took a knee for Jesus Christ. And I howl at the sun every single day. And I dance with the kids. I dance with the kids. Yeah. And I howl with my friends. Look at that. Woo. Yeah, come on. We got to get pumped up, boys and girls. We got to rock it out straight to the dome. Yeah! I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for howling along. Yeah! I love these kids. I love you guys. Children of the King. Family, friends. Here forever. Man, love you guys. I do. I love you guys. Okay, I have been told, that I got to go to number 2. I've been told I got to go number 2. That's how it works around here. I got to be told, guys. I got to be told. Oh my gosh, man. Hold on. Let me make sure that I get this Wolfpack song off. Okay. Yeah, so I've been told, I got to stay on that one, I guess. So I've been told that I have to play because of the timing of all of it, and there's, I guess, 4 videos. So I'm supposed to play this one before we do the Wolfpack, okay? So where we talk to you guys in the comments. We're going to show the comments here in a minute and catch up with some of those. But I'm supposed to play this, so, all right. Guys, I was mad about the first one. That one did not help me out at all. And so I'm really, really hoping that this one is way better. It can't have that music either, man. That music was really, really making me mad. And so here's number 2. Here we go. This isn't even original anymore. Are all 4 going to be stupid nurse TikTok videos? We are in the middle of a pandemic. As you can see. Frontline heroes. Woo! Dude, look at it. It's rough. It's difficult. Man, my workday. Woo! This is making me mad. Why would you have me even watch this? And those dance moves are crap. There's a lot of people in there not wearing the mask. Or are they? No, they're all wearing them. They all got, okay. So at least, I don't know. At least they're wearing. No, dude, which one was worse? Which one was worse? The first song or that one? Why? My staff sucks, dude. You guys are terrible. You guys are terrible people. You should be ashamed of yourselves. The other 2. Be original. I'm hoping that it was a little bit of the originality, okay, that came out of you guys' creativity. Otherwise, I am firing whoever made those. Whoever made those, you're getting fired. Butt to the curb. There's zero tolerance with this, man. You were fired the first video. The first video, I'm seeing the TikToking it up with all of the frontline heroes who are really struggling because of the pandemic and all of the really, really busy hospitals. Yeah. So you show me that. Yeah, you're already fired, dude. You are done. And just so you guys know, my staff happens to be my family. My kids. Oh, I love you guys, man. Oh, I love you guys. Okay. Before we move on to this, we're going back to the comment section real quick. Okay. So what does it say? Right here, Phil Morgan said, going back a little way, Phil said, first time I went to TLM was Christmas 2018. Only Latin Mass ever since. I'm now a fulfilled Catholic. No longer Catholic light. You know, dude, bravo, man. Bravo. I go to the Latin Mass. I serve at the Latin Mass. However, we also, the school that we go to, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but man, that bugger dropped down straight to zero. I mean, the internet, it just went to, it went straight down, boom. Don't understand how that happened, but it did, and I'm sorry about that. Sorry for all the glitches. And it just so happens to be at the time that we're talking about the Great Reset, right? Just so happens to be at the time where we're saying it's not a, the Ordites are saying, oh, no, it's not a conspiracy. And lo and behold, yes, in fact, it was. Yes, in fact, it was. It is. It is right now. And just so people know, man, where's the book? Here it is. Look, I told you guys, I bought this. Check it out. Bought it. I bought it because you have to know, it's one thing to go and to watch what other people say. I don't like doing that. I will. Oh man, right back down to zero again. Wow, man, it is like straight up and down. I don't know if my kids are on, man. They got to get up. Hold on a second. I have to call up there because I don't know if they're even using the internet. I'm really sorry about that. And yeah, in the comments, James says McDonald's Wi-Fi connection. It kind of feels that way, man. It kind of feels that way, but I don't know what's causing it because now it's going to drop down again. It went down for whatever reason. For whatever reason, this bugger is like, frames per second, dropping hard. Anyway, you got to move on. I got to keep going. So, okay, you're totally right about the idea that it is not a conspiracy, and we have to be able to investigate this stuff at a deep level. I may, in fact, make a number of videos about this. I may make a number of videos to figure out, breaking it down in a way that is the deepest I can. And so I'm going to go through, going to take notes, read it, and then make some videos, maybe make them available on the website. I will not put all of them. I may put a couple of them behind a paywall, but most of the ones, and in fact, the most important ones, I will not. I would not do that because it actually matters. It actually matters. And so here we go. James says, I knew a female back in my degenerate life with a tattoo of the male body part on the inside of her lip. Well, that's terrible. And I don't know why you would tell me that. Why would you tell me that? You want me to read that? There's kids watching this. Kay says, did I misunderstand? The wicked are talking about the rapture? What we mean by that is that there are people who are, I don't know what was meant by the wicked talking about the rapture. But I don't believe in the rapture. Okay. I do not believe in the rapture. I think it is hocus pocus nonsense, dispensational gobbledygook. And I think dispensationalism as a method of biblical interpretation is garbage. I think it is hot trash. And it's a terrible, terrible hermeneutical model, right? An idea of how do we interpret scripture. It's garbage. And it ends up resulting in some really heinous stuff. I mean, the ramifications of that are wicked bad. And so much of it, and people may not know this, but the idea of the rapture, the idea of, people being scooped up into the sky secretly before, an Antichrist and all this stuff. That stuff is not even 200 years old. So for 1,800 years, it was a magical mystery to the church until the Plymouth Brethren, a woman in the Plymouth Brethren, had a vision. Are you nuts? I don't mean to be rude about that, but there's about, a 0% chance of that being true. There's a 0% chance. And then to say, well, it's the kind of theory that also comes out with movies and books that are wildly ridiculous. And that one after another, after another, after another, after another, get proven wrong. They just get proven wrong. And all the while, they're leaving Jesus in the dust, making Jesus look the part of a fool, ripping prophecy away from him because he prophesied the return he was talking about in apocalyptic language, prophetic language that would be completely understandable to the audience, that was used in the Old Testament by the prophets when they were talking about events that were cataclysmic to a system, to a paradigm of thought. And for that, it would be the temple worship. It would be the temple system. It's done. The priestly system for the Jews, done. The sacrificial system, done. Historically monumental. And it makes sense, by the way, the view we have here, makes sense of the idea, of the abomination of desolation. And what that means. Everybody is always speculating. They're always looking through the newspapers all the time, scrambling through Twitter, trying to find out. I'm putting all the pieces together. And all the while, they're looking more and more and more like John Nash from Beautiful Mind. More and more and more and more and more. You know how many John Nashes were peddling the entire it's about to happen, the rapture crap, even since I've been alive? And those are just the people everybody knows. There's a lot of people that they'll be in, like, I know a girl who in church, she was crying, man. It was during revival days. She's crying and she's like, this is the generation. If it's not, she's a false prophet. And what's amazing is this. Maybe they don't think about this very much. But the thing is, if you're a false prophet, that's wicked bad. In the Old Testament, God declared that you needed to, get stoned to death. You needed to die because you had the audacity. You had the audacity to prophesy in his name. And if it's wrong, he's the one. You're not the only one that looks like a fool. Speaking in God's behalf, man, that's serious business. You better be careful. Back that bugger up. By the way, James says, I never really thought about the rapture and where it fits in Catholicism. It doesn't. It doesn't fit in. It's a completely Protestant thing, by the way. And it's not, and by Protestant, how many people even know about the Plymouth Brethren? How many people even care? And how many people thought, man, the truth about this, after 1,800 years, it starts to sound a little bit like Nostradamus. Oh, didn't you hear about the vision that happened with the Plymouth Brethren cult? Yeah. Uncanny, man. Uncanny. Let's see here. Let's see. Cherie says, you wouldn't believe it, but Brian is in an immense amount of pain and has been since Saturday night. But his faith remains and grows, for which I, as his wife, am truly thankful. It's the way it goes. He's offering that up. He's offering up that pain to God, man, that pain and agony, and saying, look, offering it up, man. You got to do it. John says, I love RC and a lot of Reformed guys, but Tulip is bunk. Oh, yeah. You're talking RC Sproul. I got you. Yeah. Oh, totally, man. He's one of those guys, man. He had a profound influence on me in my life. There are people from my days, my 15 years as a Calvinist, or so, close to that, 15 years as a Calvinist that to this day continue to have an impact on me. Not the ism, but the person. And some of the things that made that person unique. Christ often spoke in ways to confound the learned while making wise the simple. Totally true. Totally true. Yeah, and the idea of rapture was from a theologian with the last name Darby. Darby wasn't he with the Plymouth Brethren? With the lady with the vision, by the way? John says Darby got a lot of what he believed from Schofield. Phil says, I recommend the book on 10 books called Rapture Trap by Paul Thigpen. There's also one. There's Last Days According to Jesus. Speaking of R.C. Sproul, right? Now that would be a Catholic Paul Thigpen. You can also find, I know some non-Catholic ones too. You can find about the When Jerusalem Fell. I believe that's Kenneth Gentry. You've got Last Days According to Jesus. That's R.C. Sproul. You've got End Times Madness or Last Days Madness. Is that Gary DeMar? So, I mean, you've got those. And, of course, you've got House Divided, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest arguments against dispensational theology that's ever been done. And I think it's a little bit of a blind spot, I think, for some Catholic books is, the threat, actually, from dispensational theology. It's kind of fading out, but it's like the hangover. The remnant still remains, right? Because dispensationalism has gone through a whole bunch of different phases and stuff. Let's see. Did they fix those pics on the donate page? No. No, they did not. I don't have anybody that knows how to do much of that. I'm not somebody, and if somebody knows how to work on Wix and stuff, to help me with that, I'd be really appreciative, because for some people, for some screens, when people go to my website on a computer, it's all jumbled up. Someone says the rapture will happen after we hear the 7 trumpets. That is a interpretive idea for that. But if you take the position of dispensationalism, it's like, well, yeah, you got it laid out. They're the ones who have kind of a timeline neatly broken down, 3.5 years. Then there's going to be the millennium after that, where supposedly resurrected people are going to mingle and everything with people who haven't died. And there'll be an actual throne. Some of them will say, well, there needs to be the reconstruction of the temple. And that, by the way, is the bullet. That right there. Number one, that's just raging heresy, number one. That's blasphemous, number one. Christ is the sacrifice. He is the Agnus Dei. He is the Lamb of God who's taken away the sins of the world. The idea that we need to recreate the temple. But you know why they say this? There's an admission in that. The admission is that temple is essential to the interpretation. And you go, that's right. Because at the time of the writing of that, the temple was there. And there's plenty of reason to believe this. And that's why you got to read, what is it, Before Jerusalem Fell? Is that the Kenneth Gentry one, talking about the dating? The early dating of Revelation, and how weak the argument is for late dating, by the way. Yeah. Let's see. Jesus said it'll be more like the times of Noah. In his day, who was taken, the evil were taken, and Noah and his family remained. Yeah. And I think that it's not a complete analogy, though. It's not a complete analogy. The idea of, that for one, the wicked in Jesus, the way he describes it, he's talking about the wheat and the tares. You pull out the tares, right? And the order of that. And that's why dispensational people have had to change up the order of this, or the sheep and the goats, which I'm trying to remember on the fly. But the idea is that dispensationalists have had to flip it around because Jesus seems to make it so that happens first with the wicked. And then he comes. And they're like, well, no, what he really means, it was just change the order around. That's called eisegesis, by the way. That's the idea of reading what you want into it. You start with an idea, you read it in, and if it doesn't work, you just play, a little silly putty, a little Mr. Potato Head, and bada boom, bada bing, your system all of a sudden is magically working. That's how it works, man. That's how it works. Let's see here. Oh, look, mommy, teacher has a little temple to Baal. Yeah. Oh, what do you do? What do you do for fun, teacher? Oh, I pray to, the devil. What? Yeah, we talked about that. I'm telling you, man, the kids, it's just another reason to get them out of there. Just had to get them out of there, man. Yeah. Imagine going on a date with that chick, Jeremiah Bannister, LOL. Ever see the movie The Deep? No, I have not. The one with Jacqueline Bisset? Would be kind of like that. Lots of fun, kind of freaky, sometimes good, sometimes not. But chick be drawing symbols with chicken feet bones on your belly. What? That's not good. I mean, there's probably some, fascinating experiences that could happen in that situation. But it would also be a fascinating thing to, book it. Get out of there, man. Get out of there, dude. We got to run. We got to go. Oh, man. Yeah, the essential workers doing the electric slide boogie woogie. Totally true. Barbara says, haha, your staff is funny. No, they are not. The videos have special order, and now I can't wait for 3 yet to come. No, I can. Because I don't need to see the nurses TikToking it up. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see it. Oh, people talking about how do you wipe your butt with those nails? Oh, the lady with the long nails. I got you. Woman never needs to have her leaves raked again. Oh, man, dude. Yes, also, the Jeremiah Bannister has the coolest kids and thread for your information. Totally true, by the way. Totally true. All right, man. Let's see. We'll only do a couple more, then we're out of here. Then we're out of here. Okay, here. Let's see. Look at Adabad and Abiu. Don't go against God. They got turned into crispy critters. That's what I'm saying. You got to be really careful about what you say when it comes to God. People think that worship, by the way, is all loosey-goosey, right? God never acted that way. It's never been the way that God expected humans to behave. 0 times where he's like, I'll just wing it. Just wing it. Or the idea that Jesus is my homeboy. The idea, yeah, man, Jesus is my home dog. What's up, Slice Money? No, dude. The closest you get to that is calling him Father. And I'll tell you what, there was a little bit more respect back in that day. And if there wasn't, you may have to learn that by, the switch and stuff. And so much so that if you reached a certain level of disrespect, according to the Torah, you also were going to die. So you want to prophesy falsely in God's name, good luck with that. We may not be able to stone you, but we may be able to say that you need to take a knee for Jesus and repent. It's maybe one of those things that got to come back. Maybe we got to bring it back, guys. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring it back. You got to say, did God ever say it was a bad idea to take care of business and make sure that false prophets were able to just roam freely? Where did that idea come from? Was that from kingdom principles, or more like, the kingdom of, the French Revolution? It's worth asking. It's worth asking. So the rapture is basically Protestant fan fiction. It is Protestant fan fiction. I don't know what to tell anybody. It totally is. And you say, well, what was believed before that? What was believed before that? And there were different views, and it really went wild with Protestantism. I mean, that's where you start getting into, stuff like historicism, a bunch of isms and fancy things where it kind of like works itself out through time kind of thing. And so where that became like a really serious school of thought, or where it was just purely spiritual, or purely poetic even, where the end times and the idea of that was just poetic. You start having the heresies come around where full preterism, where it's like, well, it all happened and now it's just kind of world without end, and that's all we're doing. All of the prophecies are done, and there's no millennial implication or anything from the Bible about the end that has any implication for modern times or anything like that. That's also a heresy, by the way, and that came around. And then you got, now it's when does the rapture happen? There are people pre-tribulation, so before the bad stuff, or even before the 3.5 of the good, right? Because they believe 3.5 of the good, 3.5 of the bad, that 7 years is the tribulation. Some people say before that we get zoinked out of here. Some people say in the middle of that, mid-trib, we get zoinked out. Some people say at the end of that, we get zoinked out. And then there are some people who say pre-wrath as different from mid. And it's just at this point, it's chaos. And I'm like, that's what you get when you are following the vision of a lady from the 1800s involved with a very obscure sect called the Plymouth Brethren. It's what you get. And if they had a magical vision on how it worked, why are we relying on that lady? Why are we relying on Darby and Schofield? What's wrong with people? Why even do that? And if we can rely on them, why couldn't we rely on, Joe Schmo up the road who's got himself, he's got himself a ham radio and some ideas. He's got a walkie-talkie and some ideas, man, about how the rapture's coming down with doom buggies and crap. Why is that guy wrong? Sometimes we end up getting stuff, and it's like a hand-me-down, man, that we honestly just should have gotten rid of a long time ago. And instead of putting it on and saying, well, yeah, I've always just dressed this way, we should be able to look at it and go, yeah, that outfit sucks. You should have never bought it in the first place. Yeah. All right. Okay, on to business. Here we go. So Instagram's new terms of services, not sketchy at all. This is a great video, and I can't play it. I mean, obviously it's his, and it's kind of long. It's 10 minutes. I don't want to go through it all, but I took some screenshots of things that he said throughout that were exceptional. I encourage you to actually go and watch it. He's a hilarious guy, by the way. He's a hilarious guy. You can go find him if you look him up here over at Awaken with JP. Hilarious dude. But he's talking about the new terms of service for Instagram. And there are people out there that are making the case, saying, oh, no, it's not a problem. No, it's not a problem. It's perfectly fine. It's fake news. And you're like, but then what is up with all this, by the way? For example, in the section on networks and connections, information such as the name of your mobile operator or ISP, language, time zone, mobile phone number, IP address, connection speed, and in some cases, information about other devices that are nearby or on your network. There's some ambiguity there, isn't there? For one, that's a lot of information. That's the first thing. That's a lot of information. But then you go further about all that and you say, oh, and in some cases, they have to put that there. In some cases. What kind of cases would those be, by the way? What kind? Do you break that down for us? Or do you say, trust us, man, we're good. We ain't gonna do too much with that. About other devices that are nearby. Nearby, like my neighbors? Because you gotta imagine it like a picture, right? You gotta imagine like a picture where, if we have kind of a circle over us, right? Like let's say it's all lit up blue, and that's Facebook or pink, and it's Instagram over top of our house, right? And all of the devices connected to our network. Are they saying that like, let's say there's a device not too far from my house, how far is that going to go? Devices that are nearby. What do they mean by this? So we can do things like help you stream a video from your phone to your TV. Okay, that's one example of it. So for example, we can do things like that. Well, what else is there? What else are you talking about? Under the networks and connections, okay? We collect information about the people, pages, accounts, hashtags, and groups that you're connected to. Wow, man. So it's like you're basically knowing everything that I'm doing and how you interact with them. Oh, so you're not even just following it. You're finding out how we interact with them across our products, such as people you communicate with most or groups you're a part of. Oh, that's great. That's great. We also collect contact information. Oh, that's fancy. So you're it's not just in there. I mean, you're talking what, the phones? Like you're saying, oh, we're gonna snag all that too. If we choose to upload, sync, or import it from a device, such as an address book or call log or SMS log history. Holy freaking cow. So this thing's just got crawlers all over the place. Not satisfied. It's not just saying, we want to know how you're using this app, but we want to know what other things are on your app, on your device, that our tentacles can kind of go into and, play around with and learn from. And then connect those. So again, we're back to that circle. And then you got another circle. You got your friends in their network. Now, maybe they got a circle too. And it's starting to see the entire connection, the web of interconnectivity that goes on between you and others. That's why all this conversation, by the way, all this conversation about privacy is fake. It's fake. When people are like, well, I don't know why you're invading my privacy. I'm like, you know what? We need to actually be forceful about this, because that's one of those things that is, It's a hangover from the past that won't die. It would keep on going even in rigor mortis. It could be it already is the dumbest thing to say. When people say, well, my privacy, you don't have any. It's gone. It is gone. And the thing is, every app we've got, we push agree. And then I don't really. Try that in court. It doesn't matter anyway. We need to be forceful about this and say, stop bringing up this stupid crap that you're not going to be able to actually affect, and you're pretending that it's still somewhere out there. It's not. You sacrificed it for an app. You sacrificed it for a game. I don't even talk that way anymore. As long as I'm carrying around a freaking device in my hand. I talked to my wife yesterday. I said, look, we'll make some deals. I said, we got money. I said, I'll let you, you can buy that L-shaped couch you want, because our couches suck. I mean, it's just true. She's been on my case for a long time about it. So we save money, we put it to the side and say, okay, you can go ahead and you can buy that. If we get a landline phone. I'm dead serious about it. I want a landline phone. I want to start using other things again. The idea that you have privacy when you're in your car driving through the middle of nowhere, you don't. You don't have privacy when you go to the bathroom. You don't even have privacy when you have sex. None. A lot of people will bring their devices in their pockets into the confessional. You don't have privacy. We just don't. So these things, while they're infuriating, it's like, well, it's one track. Device information. We collect information from and about the computers, phones, connected TVs, and other web-connected devices that you use that integrate with our products. Okay? So we're doing that. Man, I just realized that my let me go ahead and drop some of these things here. Give me 1 second. I don't know if that's why. Don't know if that's what's going on. Maybe I've got too many things open down here. I'm gonna go ahead and quit these. Cause I don't know what's going on with the internet, and it's really upsetting. It's really upsetting because it goes down to red and then it goes up to yellow. So right now it's just all over the place. Duty, I'm on. Get that back out there. It's back in red and yellow. So it's just going to be glitchy all the time. Is that what's going on here? Is that what's happening here? It's bumming me out. But device information. We collect information from and about the computers, phones, connected TVs, and other web-connected devices that you use that integrate with our products. So they're gathering information from everything you've got. They want to know all about you. They want to know all about you. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with the internet. I'm so sorry, guys. I haven't had a problem with the internet in a while. It's been perfectly fine, and it's saying that my computer is using tons of information. Don't know why that is. Don't know why it keeps dropping. But right here, information in or about the content you provide, like metadata, such as the location of a photo or the date a file was created. It can also include what you see through features we provide. Yeah. Such as our camera. By the way, what do you mean about our camera? What do you mean about that? Why are you saying your camera? What does that mean? So we can do things like suggest masks and filters that you might like, or give you tips on using camera formats. So look at the lemon drops and lollipops that these people, the big tech is throwing our way. oh, you can get the information from my camera. You can get the information from all of these other sources so that at the end of the day, you can send us better product information and sell our information to a bunch of people so they can target us better. And on top of that, you can suggest cute masks and filters. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. It is unbelievable, man. Let me go over here. I'm going to have to see if I can drop this one here. Hold on. So, okay. It's outrageous. So here we go. I'm gonna play this for a second. And again, sorry about this. We got to figure out what's going on with that because normally, I mean, it says that we're bumping at 30 frames per second, but it's dropping down into yellow red. It's looking like that disco ball again, guys. So I'm hoping that it's not too glitchy, but I'm not going to talk about it anymore because then it's doubly annoying. So here we go. So I'm going to play just this little brief bit. I'll go ahead and circle it out, and that way we can let you just see this for a second. Here we go. Bah. This is not good. It's okay. Just in general, the internet is wicked bad right now. Give me a second. Okay, it's not even working. I apologize for that, man, because it was hilarious. It was hilarious, man. It was hilarious. But I encourage you to go check it out, man. And again, I'm really sorry about that. Dude, you know what? Okay, that's infuriating. This whole thing is infuriating. So what I'm going to do, I am now mad for the third time. And so I got to go ahead. I got to do it, man. We got to play the clip number 3. Clip number 3. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull this one off, and let's find out what's going on with clip number 3. Here we go. I've been told that this one should definitely make me happy. The first 2 did not make me happy because what was it? Oh, it was a bunch of the frontline workers, the frontline heroes, the essential people essentially wasting time with choreographed dance moves. That's not fun. That doesn't make me happy. That makes me angry. I get angrier and angrier all the time. So here we go. Number 3. Number 3, please, Lord. No! 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 And this music. What? I hate you! You people need fire! All of you! Yeah. Give it all you got. Dude, the hospitals are bumping right now with people. Look at them go, man. Overwhelming war zone. War zone. No time to do anything. Never been in anything like this before. Man, bless them. Bless them. Oh, you see that? Oh, what's up, guys? My TikTokers, what's up? No! What the heck is this? No! No! Yeah, man. Okay, I think I have figured it out. I think that my staff wants me to get mad. I think it's what they want. I think they want me angry. They want me outraged because they think it's going to make it better. They think that the show is going to get better. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's okay, right here. Oh, Facebook. So they're still in it. So we got Facebook, Instagram. Ah, great. What's this one about? Facebook is being sued by an Instagram user who claims that the social media giant spied on users through their iPhone cameras. Oh, that's pretty recent. September 18th. Okay. Brittany Candidi, who filed the lawsuit, said Facebook accessed Instagram users' cameras even when they weren't taking pictures or videos. Users, plural, first started to notice the green FaceTime symbol appear on their phones when they were scrolling through their Instagram news feeds in July. Facebook, of course, has denied spying, and they blamed a bug. Oh, ain't that neat? It's just a glitch, man. It's just a glitch. We're hearing more and more and more about these freaking glitches. I don't believe them anymore. Do you? Do you believe them, by the way? Do you think that these people are on the up and up? Oh, Zuckerberg. Yeah, he's looking on the up and up. He's looking on the up and up. Have you seen, by the way, the regression in his life? Have you seen how it works? Where you can look at pictures of him when he was younger, sprite, young, full of life, and now he's literally looking like death. He looks like he's possessed. All dark in the eyes. Ugh. Sitting in front of just lifeless eyes, man. Like all the life has just been sucked out of him. It has, man. It has been sucked out of him. Whatever life he had is toast. Whatever life he had is completely toast. Your credit score should be based on your web history. This is according to the IMF. Oh, and it's filed under bad ideas. Yeah, I got you. Gizmodo. 12/18/20. So, dude, this is new. This is new. And what does it say here? With more services than ever collecting your data. More services than ever. It's easy to start asking why anyone should care about most of it. This is why. Because people start having ideas like this. In a new blog post for the International Monetary Fund, 4 researchers presented their findings from a working paper that examines the current relationship between finance and tech, as well as its potential future, gazing into their crystal ball. The researchers see the possibility of using the data from your browsing, search, and purchase history to create a more accurate mechanism for determining the credit rating of an individual or business. Oh, so they're like, okay, that's good. We need to know, man. We need to know what you're looking at. What's their search history? We got to see that. I want to know, should I give them a loan? Let me find out what they're doing in private. let me know what they're doing. What are you looking at? Oh, that's neat. That's neat. They believe this approach could result in greater lending to borrowers who would potentially be denied. It could also be for the denial of potential borrowers. We see this already. We see that how many people do we know of that are in the same kind of world that I am? That's why I'm like, look, a day is going to come. Don't know when, but a day is going to come for old boy. And when they come for me, it's just going to be the way it goes, man. It is just going to be the way it goes. And you say, okay, so, what do we see? We see that these people who want to start businesses, or they have their fans who's, pay them, their patrons and all that stuff, they get dropped like it's hot by all these institutions. They get denied. They're not even allowed to get loans anymore. Why? Because they have the wrong ideas. And the thing is, that's when those people are public. So if they're doing it to people because of what they know that's public, what are they going to do to you when they know what you do in private? It's unbelievable. Because unlike big tech, they don't have access to soft information. They only have access to hard information. So what they know from other companies, like did you go in debt? How did you pay your rent? Things like that. This is soft information, also known as, really personal. Really personal. Not even your interactions, your public interactions, not even anything that involves the spending of money. It's like, oh, I want to know about your search history, guys. the type of browser and hardware used to access the internet, the history of online searches and purchases. They want to know the history of online searches. Wow. And here's the thing, man. Remember, how long ago was it when it was like, oh, all of this talk of the social credit system's fake? I'm so sick of these people. I am so freaking sick of these people. I'm done, dude. I am so done with this crap. I mean, what do you do, man? How many times? You tell me, how many times did we say something? Oh, I think this is the way it's going to turn out. I think this is the reasoning why these things are happening in the world. I think that these schemesters in the background are doing it for reasons X, Y, and Z. I think that's why. And here's my evidence why. And all the media and all these people look at you and they say, oh no, that's totally fake. They ban you. They censor you. They shadow ban you. They call you all these terrible names. They lump you in with all these terrible people. And then years later, they begin to incorporate it little bit by little bit. And when they do, they act as if they're the ones that came up with it. And not only that they came up with it, but that it's a good idea. Oh yeah, man, this social credit score sounds good. And you're like, you're the scumbag that went after me for talking about it. And I was saying, I don't know, the exact same thing. Are you sick of that? I am so sick of it. I am sick of it. I'm sick of these people, man, who come and they say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, dude. Screw off, man. Bugger off, scumbag. Dude, because it turns out all the time, man, one time after another time, after another time, after another time, after another time, so much of this stuff. And by the way, I don't know, with me, like I'm as I said earlier, I'm pretty particular about conspiracies. I don't just buy into all of them. I'm not one of those guys that's like, well, if one thing's a conspiracy, a bazillion things are. I don't play that game. Okay? I don't play it. And so I'm pretty particular about it and say, look, I need to have evidence that I can actually back up. I need to have evidence that I can actually back up. And I don't know how many things that I've ever talked about that just simply, end up being fake. Which is why, for example, we've been talking about, I said I didn't want to talk so quickly about this. And I said, I don't want to go in and just start, talking about, oh, sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and just delete a bunch of this stuff. Thought that would stay up there. So, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to say about the bombing that took place in Nashville. Because I hadn't gotten a bunch of information yet. And because I hadn't gotten a bunch of information yet, I needed to make sure and to vet some ideas to say, I don't entirely know what's going on with this. And until I have a better idea and more information about it, I'm not going to play that game. Not going to do it. Well, now there's more information. Here's Vincent James talking about it. The whole Nashville bombing thing makes no sense. Bomb goes off when no one in the area, early AM, so the bomb goes off when no one is in the area. That's the first thing. Number two, bomb planted on random street in front of random Brazilian steakhouse. Now, there's actually more to this, right? It's not so random, I don't know about the steakhouse. Now the source doesn't even appear to be the RV. Sounding more and more like the CIA. What do you guys think? I guess we'll see who they pin it on to find out. No, sorry, hold on. Because, and we'll show the video here. 18 seconds, okay? So you can see the RV is over on the left. Okay, you can see that little circle there. And you can see that the source of the fire is over here, of the explosion. It's not right there. And here we go. Check it out. Oh, come on. I don't know if I even... Okay. Okay, we're just going to have to skip for him. The internet, something is actually wrong with the internet. I'm not entirely sure. So, okay, but right here, check it out. So you can see the RV is still over there. They didn't change anything. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. You can see it getting brighter. Look at it. It's way over here. It's not the RV. Look at that. Boom. See this? Boom. And again, you can see, I wondered that too when I saw it quickly. I was like, holy cow, that, seems like it's going pretty fast. I don't understand what's going on with that. And it seemed like the fire was coming from a weird angle. I'm like, maybe it's the perspective of the video camera. But this right here, this would be a hard thing to deny, wouldn't it? It kind of feels a little bit like, how do you explain the astronaut dudes, dropping stuff to the ground and clanking on the ground and, being like having to reach down real quick to pick it up because, it kind of looks like gravity was taking hold. Like, how do you explain that? I don't know. Maybe they've got a good one. I haven't seen that one. Same thing with this right here. How do you explain this? You've got people like Fauci. Oh, yeah, my internet's just toast. Don't know exactly why this is the case, and I apologize. So, okay, we're not even going to be able to do any of this. That's fine. We'll wrap this up. So, okay, so Fauci's on TV. And you got to look really closely at this. And tell me what you think. Maybe there's a good explanation for this one. Right? Tell me what you think. I'm interested to know. Okay? So, if you look at it, you can see that he's raising up in the back. He's got his left arm. He's taking that vaccine. He's like, bring it on, baby. Bring it on. It's a little ways away and stuff. Comes up. And Fauci in this little picture over here, he's talking about what he experienced after the fact. Like, how did he feel? How did it make him feel? Okay. So in this, as you go, he says, I only have a little pain in my arm. And he pats his right arm. Now, I don't know why he would do that. If somebody whacked me in the arm and I had aching pain in that arm, I would tap that arm. I wouldn't use that arm to tap the other arm. That would make no sense. So why does he do this? You can see it. You can see it visually right there. It's kind of a weird thing, isn't it? It's kind of a weird thing. Why is that? Why tap the wrong arm? Maybe there's a good reason. Oh, because of the internet, I can't play this video, man. Okay, we'll play this one tomorrow. Because that's just messed up, dude. It's okay. We're going to talk about other things. We'll talk about the kids. We'll talk about the kids later. So, okay, we'll talk about them tomorrow, right? The kids of the future, basically. Right? The kids of the future, what is it going to be like in a world where kids have been raised to wear masks and be in bubbles and be in homes and scared of the monster outside and scared of their relatives and hugging people through body condoms and all that stuff? Like, what kind of a universe is this creating in the minds of little kids? Maybe even little kids who haven't been in community with church and they don't get to see each other's faces. They have learned to distrust people around them, as well as to give an enormous amount of trust into people who are, New World Ordites. But even Rubio says elites are tricking Americans into taking the vaccine. It's what Rubio said. This is not my position on this. Well, I am neither confirming nor denying. I think you guys know I pick my sources for a reason. But I'm going to neither confirm nor deny what this is. But I'm simply relaying to you what even people like Rubio are saying. Senator Marco Rubio slammed U.S. health officials Sunday for assuming that the majority of Americans don't know what's good for them and, quote, tricking people into doing what elites want them to do when it comes to COVID. He said this: Dr. Fauci lied about masks in March. Dr. Fauci has been distorting the level of vaccination needed for herd immunity. He then said, it isn't just him. Many in elite bubbles believe the American public doesn't know what's good for them. So they need to be tricked into doing the right thing. That's exactly true. Exactly true. You know, and the truth is, like, it's one of those things where you know, I'm not someone who believes that there's no value to being elite. Right? There's a value to studying something and to being familiar with the topic, to being an expert on it. Like, I don't just toss people to the wind. At the same time, I don't make these people gods. You don't idolize these people. They still are human. And most often, sadly, more often than not, they're kind of scumbags. Their worldview is deviant, not just a little bad, straight up deviant. And you go, okay, so you got a deviant weirdo who knows a lot about a topic, but we can go, and we have an extraordinary amount of access to, by the way, where we can go and we can see other people with expertise. We don't have just one person. It's a fake cartoon thing. And it's a hangover. It's another hangover from the rationalist, materialist past. The 19th century crap that moved its way through the 20th century that treats it like the experts say. It's just what the doctor ordered. Whose doctor? Whose doctor? Not mine. Well, the doctor's over at this organization. Oh, the governmental one? Oh, I hear ya. I hear ya. There's a lot of money at play in that. Look at the money that's floating around with Fauci and company. You want to tell me that that doesn't have any influence at all? That you're going to be banking megabucks? Are you serious? You out of your freaking mind, dude? Weirdo, dude. And to sit there and say, we can look now and look at the predictions that he's made. And we can admit, look, you have to admit that if somebody comes up and says that they lied on purpose for reasons that they had on their own, if they lied, and then they say, but we're not lying now, and then we find out later that they're lying about something else, but they've got a really good reason, and they think it's almost time to be honest about his real thoughts. If that's the case, then why, number one, were we held to that standard? Number two, why were we blamed for disagreeing with the person who admitted being a liar? Why? Why? Well, you had to believe him back then. No, we didn't. No. Nobody had to. And he's proven to be a liar. Why? Because he's admitted it. He admitted it in front of the Senate. He admitted it to the New York Times recently. He's a liar. He has his own reasons. You might think that those reasons are really scientific. But you know what? Just like would be predicted from the hangover from the 19th century with your rationalism and your materialism at this day and age right now, you have faith in that. That's a matter of faith at that point. That's not based on the evidence because I just presented to you evidence. Number one, he lied. Number two, what was the truth during that time? It's not just that somebody lied, but what was the truth? That matters. It matters, man. And to do it twice. So Rubio pointed it out. He lied about masks. Dr. Fauci's been distorting the level of vaccination needed for herd immunity. It isn't just him. Many in these bubbles believe American public doesn't know what's good for them. And in some ways, to be quite frank, in some ways we don't. I don't want to be the guy. I'm a populist, but at the same time, I'm not ridiculous. I look around and see a bazillion fatzos on the street gobbling up a bunch of ridiculous food. I see a bunch of people believing in the most nonsensical thing in the world. Nonsensical stuff. I know a lot of really ignorant people. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but there's a value. There's a value to it's not a value. It's remarkable, in fact, that so many people are able to survive and flourish while being so dumb. They are intuitively able to survive, But they're also, many of these people, oftentimes they don't really know what's best for them. They know what they want. And in a way, if you want to say what they want for themselves is best for them, I mean, that's true. But that'd be like saying if a person wants to kill themselves, then that's best for them. That's an easy reductio ad absurdum. That person wants to drink Drano. Therefore, it is best for them. No. Again, dude, there's that rationalism again. It's affected not only the left, but the right. It's messed up, man. So we don't always know what's best for us. It's one of the reasons we go to church. It's one of the reasons we believe in God. It's one of the reasons why we have catechisms. It's one of the reasons why we have confession. Examinations of conscience. Why we have the law. But at the same time, it's a different thing. You say, well, okay. Well, what are you saying? And I'm saying that because we all don't, because not everybody knows what's best for themselves, it's all the more reason why elites and experts should never lie. And why when they do lie, they should be tarred and feathered. What should happen, by the way, to an elite person like Fauci who lies? What should happen to them? You tell me. What should happen to them? Look at the consequences of their lies. It's not little. They're kind of like, Fauci and company. They're kind of like the governor in California. Sitting there going, oh, we're all human. We make mistakes. No, it's not a mistake. You are a raging hypocrite. That's true. Maybe you wish in hindsight you didn't do it, but you wanted to do it. You had your own reasons, but you wanted to do it and you did it. You got busted. Fauci, same thing. Fauci, same thing. But this is what they want to make of us. The new normal. Satellite tracking, reason blocker, increases fear. They want implants, social distance sensor, removed gender, mandatory phone tracking, vaccine ID, travel license, social score, digital wallet, a muzzle. Obey. And if they don't get their way with that, then they're going to do like this. And we're seeing more and more of this. Football club demands fans who booed BLM that they undergo re-education courses before being allowed back. Wow. You're against this nonprofit organization? You're against this group that has a platform of positions? How dare you? How dare you? You need to believe it. It's inspired. It's never wrong. Let's get rid of the family. Let's get rid of the nuclear family. Ah, that's cute. You have like this weird chrism of infallibility or something? Like, how does that work? No! We're just right. And if you don't agree with us and you think it's wrong, you have to go to re-education camp. Ah. They hate your guts, by the way. They want you dead, by the way. If they can't fix you, at least you'll be dead. And we have to understand where we are in civilizational cycles, in cycles, in fact, of cultures. We need to understand how it works, because we're at a point now where a lot of the things we've been fighting for a long time, while good, are also evidences, in fact, of a crisis. For example, fighting for things to do with Christianity in the public square. That's good. It's also in evidence of a crisis. Fighting to have English recognized as the official language in the United States. Good. Also evidence of a crisis. You have many of these examples. But once it gets to that place where those are the debates and those are the policies and the kind of things to preserve what was there, the remnants of an age, the remnants of a spirit of an age that's passing away, running through its lifespan, in the throes, in fact, the early throes of death. We need to understand this. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same exact thing that happens every time. And we're watching the ascendancy of this view, the ascendancy of a kind of system that says if you don't believe what we say, what politics and politicians, what bureaucrats and these experts, what they say, if you don't believe it, if you dare to question, you need to be re-educated. And if you can't be re-educated, you got to be out of here. And all the while, we are equipping them, we are giving them the tools of their dominion by pushing yes, 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 give it to me. Yes, I want the New World Order. Yes, I want all of the Great Reset. Yes, and all the while, you're pretending that you don't like it. How can you rape the willing, by the way? It is. It's like raping the willing. I'm willing. I'm willing. I don't like it. I'm willing. I don't like it. I'm willing. I don't like it. That's why we have to be forceful with this. People say, you're being kind of mean about it, Jeremiah. No, I'm saying there's no more of that. I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to emphasize certain arguments anymore. Not going to do it because I'm looking around us and saying, you want to drag Ronald Reagan's carcass out of the grave and drag him back right now. You're out of your freaking mind. It's like saying, man, we should bring back the Fall Guy. I like the Fall Guy as much as the next person, but there's no way you're going to get it back. We should bring back the Dukes of Hazzard. No, we should just never let the Dukes of Hazzard go. But bringing it back or trying to drum up at the same thing and saying, oh, well, what was good for that era? We're gonna drum it up, man. The underpinnings that make sense out of that, the beliefs and the values inside of the hearts of people who may not fully understand but fully feel that burning in their chest, that fire has gone. Get a better idea. Get a better idea. I'm gonna skip all the rest of the stuff here. Except this. And then we'll do some comments and then we're done. 2021 will be the year all my issues work themselves out on their own. Oh no, I'm supposed to do the number. Didn't I show you one already? Yes, I did. I'm supposed to delete it. Get that out of there. I ain't gonna watch that again, man. I ain't gonna watch that again. Okay, before I go, I'm supposed to watch this one, and then we're actually just gonna go to the comments. Maybe I'll read something, or I'll do this, and then we'll read something. So, okay, so I've been told that I gotta watch number 4. Numbers 1 through 3 have really upset me, and I'm trying to end on a happy note, man. Trying to end on a happy note, so I don't want to be too bummed out. But I got a bad feeling about this. It's like, did my staff set up this video in a way that is supposed to be like, I anticipate that it's going to be another dumb nurse video, or is it going to be where I anticipate it, but then it's not, right? You know what I mean? Like, are they doing a pump fake to me, or are they actually just, shoving another one down my throat? We'll find out. Another one. No. Oh no. No! 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 Unacceptable, guys! You're off fire! You're out of here! Oh, and look at her! I don't want to see these people! Ha ha ha! In your face! Oh, yeah, they're working. They're working hard, making that money. Essential. Not you. Tick-tock it up! Tick-tock it up! No! Don't get that baby into it! Do not get that baby into this! That's a baby bear! Oh, yeah, oh, look at this! Boot, scooting, boogie in it! Messed up, guys. My staff, major time overhaul. We are looking for new staff. Oh, you see a lot of people. Oh, dry gulp. No, you ain't seeing none of that, lady. Apparently, you aren't seeing a single one. Neither are these people. Neither is she. Tick-tocking it up. Woo! Yeah! Says nobody. Woo! 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 Look at that monkey crap. Look at that monkey crap. Take that monkey crack. Take the monkey crack home. Oh, man. My staff. What did you guys do to me? Ah, man. I'm going to lose my voice, guys. I'm going to lose my voice, no doubt about it. 2021 will be the year that all my issues work themselves out on their own. No. For example, my issues today did not work themselves out on their own. My issues didn't get worked out at all. I'm mad about it. I'm mad about my staff. I'm mad about what they've done. It's bad. It's bad. They want me to lose my voice, man. They want me to lose my voice. They want me to do something, like Crimson Thorn. If you don't know what Crimson Thorn is, you gotta look it up. Crimson Thorn death metal band. So okay, 2020 has been the worst year of my life, slightly beating out 2019, which surpassed 2018. Actually, now that I think about it, every year seems to be incrementally worse than the year before. Not 2021 though. I vow to make 2021 the year I sit back and watch all my problems simply sort themselves out on their own. How many people you know like that, by the way? 2021 is going to be mega dope. You saw that? Did you see the video with what's his name, man? Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper making a video, 2021 is going to be great. A vaccine's coming, blah, 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 blah. PSYOP. And, ooh, boy, do I have a laundry list of issues that need to get right real quick. Thank God I have a PS5 and pot to distract me in the meantime, because it's going to take some serious time for this sinking ship to right itself. 2021, let's effing go. I'm seriously ready for a change. New year, new me, minimal effort. That's the same old person, by the way. Minimal effort. We're done with that, aren't we, guys? There ain't no minimal effort crap going on here. No minimal effort here going on. None of that, dude. We are giving it everything we got. We are giving it everything we have. I just hope my life turns around by the time I'm done playing Spider-Man. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen, by the way, Buster Brown. It's not gonna happen, by the way, because that's not how life works. And I wanted to say something about this. I've got this book, and it's really fantastic, by the way. It's really fantastic. Marcus Aurelius Meditations. I wish that it wasn't this big honking thing here. This bothers me about it. Okay. Very big. This is done by what press did this, man? Oh, it looks like it's just somebody Who did this? Who published this thing? Imprint. Really? Praetorian Books. Okay. I mean, I don't want to buzz Pretoria too much. In Varna. Okay, I guess, whatever. There's a lot of weird words on it. So, okay, but here's the thing. So I was reading last night, and something really hit me, right? And I just thought that I'm going to read just a couple sections from this, and then we're done. Okay? So we're going to be done here in just, 2 minutes. I want to thank you guys, by the way. And we'll do some of the actually, you know what? We're going to do I'm going to switch gears. I'm allowed to do this. We're going to switch gears. And I'm gonna do the comments first, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this as we close. I'll have my family down here when I do it, okay? Because I want to have them down here when I do it. So all right, it's okay. We're going back up here. Had to ask Alexa, okay? Calvinism and Hobbesism. No. That's not how it works, man. How's come Hobbes never gets his own ism? Roy Hobbs, don't you know I hate losing to the Pirates? What? DeBeatus Brimley? Wilford Brimley? Greatest movie line of the year? Okay, I got you. Phil says, it's the CCP. They're messing with you. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about the internet, man. Talking about the internet, dude. Becky says, thank you for my husband life. What? Becky Kramer. Did I bring you two together? Is your husband doing better because he watches the show? I don't know. What do you say? Susan says they'd be bored. Yeah. Okay, talking not entirely sure. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They would be bored. What is that? Oh, there's my kids. Hold on a second. Yeah, Jude Christian says keep skipping. I know, man. I know. And that's the weird thing, man. I haven't had that problem with the skipping in a long time, and I'm super sorry about that. I'm super sorry. I've heard you can be tracked while the phone is off. Yes. Totally 100%. It's totally 100%, man. We talked about that before with, what's his name? With Tucker Carlson. Yeah. Oh, man. My little guy. Okay. Here, hold him for a second real quick. The kids of the future will be a Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Dude, it's going to be true, man. It's going to be true. There's going to be a whole bunch of these people that don't know what they're thinking. They're going to be all crazy, dude. I mean, if you want to find a good recipe for dystopian craziness, dude, we found it, guys. We found it. It's bad. Dumb people breed more like rabbits. But I know some smart kids with some dumb parents. For real true, by the way. I do know, but it is true, man. But that's also one of those things where, not necessarily the wise or knowledgeable in the world. Sometimes those are the ones that keep this bugger going. Keep this bugger going, dude. So I'm grateful even for really dumb people that make babies. I'm grateful for it. Let's see here. Thank you so much, Lord, for everything. Okay. Focus on talents and gifts that he provided for you and use it to bless others. It's okay. If people will not appreciate the things you're doing, God sees everything and he will bless you. Amen, amen, and amen. I'm very grateful for that. Cha-Cha True said, I have had to leave Facebook because my private phone number was not deleted, and I was getting strange calls at all hours. That's been going on for how long? Yeah, let's see. Ricky V with Trump proclamation of remembering Thomas Becket. Is he calling for a bishop who will stand up to our tyrants and health and government foreclosures? Should we tell Vigano to come out of hiding? Yes. Yes, he should, but he should go straight to the White House. Straight to the White House. Bethany says, your staff is still my favorite. Oh, yeah, TikToking up. Great. They really set me up. Totally true, 100%. My family is really, really rude to me. So, okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me see my little guy. Hold this for me. Let me see my little dude. All right. All righty. I want to see this. Okay. So I told everybody that I was going to read some of this, and I want to read this to you. Okay. So let me go ahead and go to Maine. Okay. So, okay, right. This is from Marcus Aurelius, right? This is, what would it be? Chapter 3, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want to read a little bit of it. It says, right here, talking about when you meet people, right, and you're analyzing something, to ask what virtue I have need of with respect to it, such as gentleness or manliness, truth, fidelity, simplicity, contentment, and the rest. Wherefore, on every occasion, a man should say, this comes from God, and this is according to the appointment and spinning of the thread of destiny, and such like coincidence and chance. If thou workest at that which is before thee, following right reason seriously, vigorously, calmly, without allowing anything else to distract thee, but keeping thy divine part pure, as if thou shouldst be bound to give it back immediately. If thou holdest to this, expecting nothing, fearing nothing, but satisfied with thy present activity according to nature, and with heroic truth in every word and sound which thou utterest, thou wilt live happy. And there is no man who's able to prevent this. This is my favorite part here. As physicians have always their instruments and knives ready for cases which suddenly require their skill, so do thou have principles ready for the understanding of things divine and human, and for doing everything, even the smallest, with the recollection of the bond which unites the divine and human to one another. For neither wilt thou do anything well which pertains to man without at the same time having a reference to things divine, nor the contrary. And all those things, remember, you are here for a reason. God made you. You're the only you made for this time and this place. You're the only you that the world around you will ever know. And we're grateful for it right here. And we're grateful for all the yous right here. And we're grateful for all of them and all of you. Super happy, even though the videos of the nurses were, I don't know, the worst. All right, guys. Remember, go to paleocratdiaries.com if you love the show. We're on every single day from, 10 to 1 or something. So we're on all different times. We're on every day. Just go right now. Subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/paleocrat and hit that reminder bell. That's the way to do it. You got to do it, man, because we have a great time every single day. If you'd love to see me do different interviews or have me bring somebody on to do interviews. If you'd like to have me connect to do speeches, any other inquiries, any questions, anything like that, criticisms, share links or memes, stories you'd like me to cover, books you'd like for me to review, you can do all of that by going to paleocratdiaries@gmail.com. And of course, check out my work over at Paleo Cheese Podcast. Just posted one a couple nights ago. You got to check it out. It was a good time. We're going to post another one tomorrow night. Okay? Remember, pray for Kathy and pray for all those in the Wolf Pack. Check out Meaning of Catholic. And we'll see you tomorrow. Until next time, remember, as we always say, never give up. Keep on smiling. And memento mori. Oh, man. I love you guys. If I don't talk into microphones, I don't make that mad cash. Making all that money. Making that mad loot, right?
Mind control.
So we see the minority elite imposing their ideology on an unwilling and resentful populace. This causes a backlash. People get ticked off.
The left is working long and hard to make us feel as if we've done something wrong. Worse yet, that we are the problem. Don't let people just rip on your heritage. Don't let people just rip on your traditions. Don't let people rip on your heroes. Stand up for what you believe, what made you who you are. So unless this disenfranchised majority begins standing up for what they believe in their heart of hearts to be true, I think we'd be left with nothing more than a dirge and maybe a funeral procession.